keeping me keeping the autoimmune disease in check. But in exchange, I'm suffering a fucking ton more. Because it literally burned my skin. It's like meds that are extremely efficient, but usually I use them when I don't have the disease and when I'm at risk. Well, basically, I use them when I don't have open wounds. That's the idea. Because if there is any open wounds, it's like warming your skin very, very much to the point where it's feeling like burning. It's enough for me to not being able to sleep when it happens. So I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping lately. And even today I'm still very, very much very sleepy. But yeah, it's starting to be better. It was only a few days, it was only a bit less than a week basically, but that was hell. And in addition, treating it is nice because I feel better, but that does mean that I will have less immunitary defenses, so it can also backfire on that point, and it's not fun. But today we can have fun. We can have fun together, and I'm happy to be back because gosh, I was very bored. I was so bored that I basically started playing Corruption of Champion 2 again. Just for the game, not even for the pawn. And it was fun, but when you're very tired and very distracted because you're in pain, you really can't do anything that is taking your brain or taking care of yourself or anything like that. It's a big problem. I still don't know what fired the fucking disease. Usually there is a reason for it to flare up, which wasn't the case this time. But hey, it is how it is, you know. And yeah, I've been trying to survive basically. That's not being the most easy, but could have been worse. Could have been worse. Could have not managed to heal myself at all. My skin is without too many lesions now, which means it's going better on that side. It's still very dry though, and very stretchy, which is very overwhelming in terms of sensorial input. Every time I move, I feel like I'm stretching my skin. It's very, very unpleasant. It's going to be better over time though. Yeah. Oh. So we're going to play Menace today. It's a game that is kinda like XCOM, but with a group of people, I would say. And it's about commanding them and doing the best you can with the squad. And apparently the intro cinematic is very good. It's been recommended to me multiple times, and I did have my eyes on it, so I went to buy it to try to cheer myself up. Oh, I missed the cinematic. I'm going to need to relaunch the game. The cinematic apparently is very good at the start, so I want to I will need to relaunch anyway. It's in French. Why is it in French? Let us take the game. Right now, my immunitary system is basically firing everywhere, and no, it's not firing at all. It's going from one extreme to the other. All right. Question is, can I capture the game quick enough for you to see the title? No, yes. It's made by the guys that made at Astartes. The sound was a bit low. All right. The cinematic was made by the guy that made the cinematic of Astartes, so I'm kind of excited. Ooh, heavy armor. Oh yeah. The way they handle the gun. The way they have the hand above the gun and they're shooting. So it's like a different kind of bugs. It very much feel like mix of Colonial Marines and Warhammer, kinda, I don't know. Oh, what the fuck is that? That's not the aliens that I know of, that's something else. Oh, there is like fucking Terminators. Oh, I didn't know. Oh my god, that's going to be good. That's a third faction that I didn't know about, some kind of mechanician. Don't bother them, Jinwanko, and they don't come bother me. So we're going to go through the tutorial because the game is kinda like... If there was a magical button to kill everyone, one of those oligarch cookseeker I'd spend the rest of my life. Oh, that's slow.
The way back will present us with very unique challenges. The combat simulator has been updated accordingly.
Oh, that's way too low. What's happening?
SL status members lead infantry squads or pilot hardware. These are the most valuable units in the C2 hierarchy and are the spear tip of the TCR Marines. To maximize combat efficiency, you have total C2 authority. Morale permitting, SL status units will move and shoot as you command.
Okay.
Who, sir?
Make them move here.
Before you get into any firefight, you should carefully survey the battlefield and look for routes dominated by cover. If cover is unavailable, look to the use of smoke grenades, pre-bombardments, and other tools to keep your units safe.
You move to cover. Okay, you can see the cover when you're in there.
Nothing will keep your units safer than killing the very enemies that wish them dead.
Okay, so that's click there. Look at them. Full suppression, full armor, excellent accuracy. And they died.
The human body can be durable and resistant to TCR enforcement. The human mind, however, is often weak and easily manipulated. Suppressing enemies is vital to maximizing combat efficiency.
Deploy.
Killing an enemy and breaking their spirit is often a difference without a distinction.
Oh.
Take
We got some heavy gun.
Expenses prevent wide usage of plat armor, leaving squad elements far more susceptible to enemy fire. If your units take too much damage, they may resolve to break C2 and preserve themselves. But a Marine never leaves another Marine behind. Once relocated, SL status units will always resume the fight. The Impetus
Okay.
comes equipped with an array of suborbital weaponry to complement our ground forces. Rex 2, our module-based weapons platform and delivery system, will handle all the finer details.
So we
Just need to
like
provide the
a bunch
instructions.
of
Feel free to put one to use now.
the fuck.
Majorly expensive and massively effective, consider these tools to be the spear tip of TCR might. But allocate these resources wisely. Rex 2 is constrained by the economy of force. Overuse of strategic weaponry too early in a campaign might leave one vulnerable on the backstretch when they need those weapons most.
Fire mission underway.
Whoa.
Combine all available assets and abilities to maximize combat efficiency. Very little can stand in the way of the TCR Marines. Service is always an act of valor, General. Most excellent results, and excellent timing as well. The warp exit is opened, and we are prepped for netting. The way back awaits.
The way back awaits. So, about mission. New game. We're going to go in challenging. No Iron Man. And let's try that. Impetuous. Silo out of commission. Uh-oh. Atomized though. Uh-huh. Remember, Marine. Service is always an act of valor. Hello, spies. Okay, things are going bad.
If he is all we have left, then he is all we have left. Bring him in. Major, I am First Lieutenant Hayflick, Lead Intelligence Officer for the Wayback Mission. To be blunt, the Impetus suffered a straightening accident coming out of the gate. Survivors are in the minority. You, Major, are now the acting commander for the mission.
85%
A
deaths.
self-breathing tablet are on the table if you need it.
I was expecting a General Crozier, but your little secretary has already informed me you experienced a bit of a hiccup coming through the warp. The entire command staff killed, was it? Condolences.
Shock.
But as terrible as your losses might be, I wish to remind you that your residence here did not come cheap for me either. Your expense has been in lives, mine in political capital. About time you core welders almost made even on your trades. If I may give you one recommendation, TCR Marine, do try and make good with the neighborhood. But while you learn to dance with these factions and fools, be sure not to step on too many toes. We are not your beloved coerce. There are only so many mistakes one can make in a system, absent of second chances. But, you know, welcome to the way back. End of line.
This guy is like...
The comms team is new and was unaware of alert procedures before patching someone through. However, that was indeed Field Marshal Zama, leader of the planetary Jingwei. We are not to interfere with their
planetary G-Way.
More on the relationship between the core worlds and the Wayback can be found in the Impedia. For now, let's get you acquainted with the strategic map.
Okay, so I need to choose a few of my marines. From what I understand. Why are you bonking me?
Major.
What? Yeah. What?
Major.
These three people are like vehicles.
Sir.
Eyes open.
Orders?
Eyes open.
Broken Black Sleeve,
Orders!
Astral Assault, Spaceborne Regiment.
Eyes open.
Orders?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Decorated Marine.
What?
Okay, but like...
What? Sir?
A bubbly personality with strong personality for control and command. Martian Expeditionary Force.
Alright, let's get it.
54.
Major.
And this guy is a pilot. Akil. Looks like a Rambo guy.
Let's get it.
Sir?
I don't know who I want.
Eyes open.
Orders?
Eyes open.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir? What?
Let's get it. Major.
Promotion
Let's
tax.
get it.
Gross potential.
Sir.
Eyes open.
Orders?
Sir?
What is the gross potential? The chance of increasing a stat every time I need take an associated action. Oh, this god is like crazy good at becoming better over time.
What? Sir?
But in the meantime, she's way less good. She's way less good than the others.
Yeah.
Sir.
Eyes open.
Promotion tax. Supply cost. What is Shigua? Heavy attack. Disable enemy special weapon for a turn. 30% discount on promotion.
Sir.
40 AP to friendly unit within the tile. If the target unit has already completed a turn, they can do it again. If not, they will start with 40 AP to their next turn.
Yeah.
Cost 20, limited to 1 use. You can fix stuff.
What?
The accuracy and discipline for each enemy destroyed stack to fix. Okay. Start mission with minus accuracy and discipline, but gain stack bonus to boss stat to a maximum of 8 rounds. Okay.
Let's get it.
Oh, you can use most weapon without deploying it.
Major.
And this guy, the more damage he takes, the better he become. I need to choose 4.
What? Sir?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Cost nothing to deploy.
Yeah.
What?
Major.
What?
Major.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know which one I want. They all look like good. I guess I need 1 pilot at least.
Sir?
Woohoo! I was wondering when I
Banana.
got shot.
Orders!
This guy is easier to like.
Eyes open. Nox has landed. Our eyes
Orders?
see everything. Sir?
Yeah.
Eyes open.
Orders!
Supply cost.
Yeah.
What?
Major,
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? SRU final testing underway.
Okay, let's get that. Faction trust. Oh, strategic resources, system map operation. I'm doing a bit better, even if I'm still suffering a lot. Thank you for asking. My skin feels like on fire, but I'm surviving. Time left, operation. Length. Example operation, threat type, com, and update, faction trust. Welcome to the Wayback, Major. After a century of being cut from the core world, it's time to bring the system back into the fold. The planetary Jingwei, or host and the local governing authority, has lost its iron grip over the system, providing us with a unique opportunity. Our mission: build relationship with the local faction, keep an eye on the planetary Jingwei, and secure control over the system for the Terran Congressional Republic. Maybe you should cover your table in olive oil or Vaseline. I have way better than that, and it still hurt a lot. Thank you for trying to use your tuner runs, though. What is that? Oh, that's my ship. We have a med bay. Okay. Medical bay. OC component. Oh. Okay, we have carabines. And that's pretty much all we have. Do we have a vehicle? We have this vehicle, but it costs like resources. Do we have the resources? And I'm say fatigue. You got covered in only love, you could pass through around like a curly disc. Yeah, but I'm not sure it does a lot for the pain. Okay, it had more like magazines. It only costs 5. So I should take them. How do I know how many like resources I have? I guess I need to go somewhere. Alien infestation. Oh, okay, we're going to fight the aliens. Backbone, Mock. Dice of the God. Hiring. Black market. Vehicle. That's the vehicle we have. And that's the stuff we can buy. But I don't know where. I have like anything. Shut the fuck up, Silver. I know. You're like, of course I know that Vaseline is good for burns, but one, I have stuff that is more efficient, and two, I'm not really burning. It's a medicine. The medicine that I use to like calm down my immune system that is going haywire right now is making me having the feeling that I'm burning alive. But it's mostly gone right now. And luckily I won't need too much of it anymore. So right now I'm not just dealing with the pain of having my skin's very dry. Maybe you should eat the Vaseline directly. Maybe you should shut the fuck up. Maybe you should not try to backseat my fucking ass about that stuff. Small recruitment for pilot dossier, unlock a random pilot for hiring. Unlock a random squad leader for hiring. Add 5 little guys. a machine gun. Local wildlife have grown into a serious infestation. Head down to the planet and smoke them out, but you are just on search for swarm roaming the surface. Okay, tundra, ice, casino. Guess I don't have like too much of a choice. That operation. Do I have like why is my fucking like you always have problem with your connection to me. Concealment. Okay, they all have the same. I need to augment the number of people so that they have like more people about. But they don't say like how much resources do I have? Authority, promotion points. Reclaim settlement or rescue settler. I need to start here. Save civilian by destroying 80% of attack enemy. Okay. Complete the mission within 10 rounds, 14 rounds. So either capture or save like people. Well, save apparently is easier. Environmental confederation, primary and secondary objective, supply cost, no. Okay. Oh, it's a loadout. Oh, we're going to lose like supply because I'm sending too much people. Like this, it's better. Day, snowfall. Group of unknown entity. Group of unknown entity. Group of unknown alien agents. Unknown alien agents. And we already have a bunch of them. So I need to deploy my vehicle somewhere. At the road, that sounds like a great idea. I'm going to deploy air behind, air to cover this side, and this is going to cover with air. They will like tag these people and try to move over there. I should do the trick. Could also stream from a bathtub. I don't have one. You could get a ball instead. But water is actually bad for your skin. It make it drier, and by making it drier, it like make it harder for you to. If you have skin problem like me, it's going to be worse. So that's a very terrible idea. It will. In addition, it will like literally like wash away the. How much does it cost to shoot 40? It will wash away the problem. A vial of Vaseline. I don't need Vaseline. Okay, there is nothing around here. Probably wait here for now. Oh. Okay, so this unit ended its turn.
Staying alert.
Going to make those guys move behind.
Ready, Major.
Orders.
I can choose who I move.
Moving to waypoint.
Okay. There was supposed to be a contact around here, so...
About time.
Is bold a color? Well, you're bold. Tell me.
What?
Okay, so the alien moved, but we didn't see them moving.
Ready, Major.
Orders.
Can I tell the civilian to move their ass and do something? No. Okay.
What?
Orders? Going.
So for now, I'm just like stuck deploying my unit little by little.
What?
I can only travel that much with those guys, so I'm going to advance a teeny bit
Always.
and wait for now. And these guys are going to advance too. What the fuck are the civilian? Oh, here they are.
What?
Do I need to do something with the civilian to save them? Not really, they just stay there. Okay, well, for now it's going good.
What? Eyes open.
We didn't mean any tango. I spend my point and I demand a bad color, a bright pinky one. Bright pinky I can do. I will do it, then you just need to remember, to make me remember. But bold is not a color, unless you tell me what color it is, because you're bold, but I'm not, you know? So it's your problem. You're in charge of the explanation, if you know something that I don't.
What?
What? Still nothing?
Always ready. Bounding.
I should maybe put them inside the VTB at this point. Oh! Get under cover? Don't think I have anything left to shoot them.
What?
That's bad bug. Oh, perfect. They're wavering. And there is a bunch of civilian here. Run, you moron!
Sir?
You're going to be devoured by a bunch of blood if you don't run. They can't shoot? Okay, they can't shoot. Maybe they move too much. I don't know. I'm pretty far from bold. Well, you're the one seeing that bold is a color.
Orders?
Oh, are you fighting? We lose like civilians. Well, orders. We were told there was boogie around here, but there is literally no one, so...
Oscar Mike. Hustle 103rd.
start moving towards the civilians.
Move it, Marines!
Move it, Marines! Okay, there is a bunch of civilians here. They're all running away. Those aliens are going to like try to retreat.
Gross.
Somebody is discriminating against the bald people. What the fuck are you telling? I'm telling you can tell me what color it is and I will do it. It's the reverse of discriminating and I'm accepting. You just like too dumb to know and do what you want to do. That's not my problem. That's yours. Can I get them? Yes, I can. Dumb bug. Light them up!
Bugs eliminated.
Oh, what the fuck are they doing? Get the fuck away from my shooty line. Hello, Yesney. I think the bugs are attacking people and people are fighting back the bugs. Seems like the civilian doesn't need me to like save them. They're saving themselves. No, Yesney is not bold. Why are you obsessed with bold today? What happened to you? Oh, there's something shooting the bugs.
On our way!
Do we have allies? I should give like the name of like some of you to the guy. Wait, the bug can shoot?
Hostiles advancing.
What?
I just blast them.
Kill them all.
I don't know why they're in the fucking middle of the way. But they're getting blasted. There is not that many people bald, you know. I can shoot those here, but I can't shoot the other. Oh, I can shoot the other. Bam, 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 bam. Hehehehe. Yuppie. You have only one air. That's already the double of like silver, I bet. This game looks cool. Yeah, I like it so far.
Repositioning!
It looks very tactical. I like super tactical games. Oh, there is more bugs here. Yeah, I will have enough to try to make a shot. Can I shoot them? No, I can't. I don't shoot corners, okay.
103rd heading to cover.
Let's go behind cover then.
We've got movement.
Oh fuck. Will someone? Will someone?
KIA. What? You're under heavy fire.
Yeah, I know. Get up.
Catching a corner.
Move in there like... We lost 2 people. Fuck. Baldonet. Acid. What the fuck are they doing? Are they dying on my car? I think they're like trying to attack me, but they don't manage to do it very well.
When you send
Well,
the best,
you
you
can.
get the best. Hoorah!
Going to kill these guys, and I'm going to Anton here. Bayonetta, but not sexy at all. That's silver for you. Oh, that's flying bug. Move behind cover. Get ready if they come. Can you shoot them? Yes. Shoot them down. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, they're flying. Good job, everyone. Backtrack the car a bit. Put yourself behind cover. They need to come to us if they want to grab the civilian. You will get up, get a better position. I'm a banana. Okay, if you want, I'm going to eat you then. I kinda like banana. They yummy. Grab a corner. Wait for no ear. You guys get up. Move behind cover. Get down. We don't see anything. Everything is fine. Move here, you. Move here. Turn the car. Do we see anything? No. Okay. Moving to cover you then. Are the alien going to try to come to get us or not? Oh, maybe we need to wait for the civilian to evacuate somewhere. I don't know. Oh, did we win? I think we win. Oh, yeah, we win. We won. We destroyed 80% of the enemy. Polish straight spin Basenter Dota almost 6 K19191. Okay, Silver. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. You have a problem with homosexuals? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that stuff? It's stuff to trade. They gave me a bunch of stuff. Country code. And a supplicate commodity. They took damage. Kill count 0. Two, 3. To armor, to damage. Oh. Well, that went well. Silver, if you don't speak a language that I can understand, I won't understand what the fuck you're talking about. What do you want me to answer to, like, you blah 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 blah? Je parle la France. I don't even remember how to delete your messages. I thought it was in there. Baguette, baguette, exactly. Mod action. Mod comment. That's weird. I thought I could delete your message from there, but for some reason I'm not able anymore. One timeout ban mod person. That's crazy. No, I can. If I wanted to delete all your message, I could just do that. But like, I don't remember how to delete just one message. So we have what? Collect sample or extermination? Collect specimen 1, 2, and 3 and get all unit to evac zone. Or destroy 70% of enemy force. Long sign line. Chirurgical sampling. Increase damage of all weapon against alien by 15 for the rest of the operation. Oh, 2 intelligence. That's probably good intelligence, no? Black market. Can I sell all that? Just 125. I have no smooth, so I must scream. Well, scream then. An election that can buy stuff. I want 3 armor. Modular vehicle medium. A rocket launcher on my vehicle, that's kinda cool. Oh, not a cannon on my vehicle, that's kinda cool too, but that costs a lot. I can't buy those. Vehicle accessory, vehicle ammo case. Oh. Oh, yeah, it's only like only 15. A pirate truck modular, a light walker. Oh, that's funny. What do you mean minus 15 trade? What? Oh, it's 140. Oh, yeah, okay, no. I didn't see the price correctly. Infantry weapon, projectile suppressive. I should probably buy a new weapon for my guys, no? Rate of fire accuracy. Oh. Crowbar, long range projectile accurate. 2 shot fired. Oh. Shotgun. That's short range NMP. And a short range MP2. Oh, I can like. No, I don't have enough to like go and grab that. Oh, ammo, I can give different stuff to my guys. Increase view range by 1 and detection by 1. Okay. Plus 2 damage, but less armor penetration. Disposable rocket flamethrower. Whoa. But I should probably buy a new weapon. I feel like this one is the best one to have. Squads. Mission select. I want the extermination. Plan the mission. Oh wait, I can like upgrade people now. It's so loaded. Do I know which squad I'm going to like upgrade? Oh, my armor has been fixed. Nice. Authority. Uh-huh. Okay. Squaddy. Promotion point. Oh. So that's the first one we got. Means 2 happy cost, means 3 athletic. With 3 gross potential. Oh, it costs 20 to promote this lady. Hydrate, okay. I have juice. I have red fruit juice because it helps reduce the inflammation. Red fruit are very good for me. Better view. And the other can like upgrade too. Covered up concealment. Oh, they don't have all the same stuff. You still pay for like standard attack after moving. Oh, run and gun. And it costs less to promote, but I have enough to promote everyone right now. I want to promote this one with like even more gross potential. Because she's like full squad potential, you know. So mission select extermination, plan for the mission, and I can decide what kind of weapons they have. A bit better. Or is that going to cost too much to have all those people using those different weapons? Yeah, I'm going to lose like... I need to have someone with one less person. You know what? I'm giving those guys because she's going to be with the transport, so... Okay, so... You have one enemy here, one enemy here, one enemy here. Well, we're just going to deploy ourselves then around the city, I guess. I don't see why we would deploy ourselves anywhere else.
Coordinates loaded and
Summer Discord is done for?
to operate at maximum kill potential.
Huh? What? What do you mean, cool click? What is the problem with my Discord? Thank you for that, Pat. Alright, so we can like proceed to go very fast somewhere because there's going to be nowhere like the last time. Next rule, next month they're going to add ID for accounts. Oh, okay. That's stupid. They're going to lose them. What the fuck? Why do they want to do that? They suck.
Moving.
I fucking hate them. What the fuck do they want ID for accounts? Are they a pansy or what? What the fuck is going on with the world lately? What do you mean I have like, oh, I have a special guys that I need to exterminate over there? Okay.
Sir?
Move behind the vehicle.
What?
Orders?
Move there.
What?
Orders.
Move behind her. And you're going to wait. No, what? What? No.
Okay, okay.
And you don't move for now.
What?
Yeah, please, they had a huge data breach recently, and UK and people information was leaked, so the moment they had the virtue of deleting Discord. I mean, I can't blame you. I don't know where I would go, though, if there was no Discord, because, like, it's not like we have, like, a good alternative. But I'm not surprised. They suck. It's like sometimes, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised that they suck even more now.
Ugh. Xenos.
There should be other app. Yeah, there should be. Oh, we spotted some bug.
Die, Kutta!
Kutta. I don't know what it means, but probably something mean. Guys, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You're spitting little stuff.
Hostiles advancing!
Plus 10 accuracy and discipline. Yeah, she's good. Every freaking. Oh my god, what is that? Probably mean bitch, yeah, probably. What the fuck is that? Blaster bug develops the ability to spit a highly reactive chemical mix over a long distance that explodes on impact. Oh my god. They have anti-vehicle capacities. What the fuck? I don't want to play this guy right now.
Orders?
Orders?
Oh, I only have these two people left right now. Okay. Well, double time behind the vehicle. We need to take down this fucking stuff, like, right now.
Let's do this.
Fire team.
Moving to waypoint.
You move behind waypoint. You wait for now. Can she shoot it? She can. Alright.
More!
Shoot it again. Take it down. Oh my god, they got someone done.
KIA. Orders?
Suppress them. Yeah, no, it's better to suppress them. Oh, that's better than suppressing them. We kill them all. And shoot this one after. Oh my god, it's an armored bug.
Sir?
Orders?
Do we have any good cover somewhere? Move here. Shoot it. Good accuracy, good armor pen, nice. Take it down then. The big bitch.
Always ready.
Take it down.
What?
Oh, it got plenty of oil now. Finish it.
Good job.
Plenty of oil. Oh, there's still one guy. I thought they were all gone. Alright, troop.
Eyes open. Sir?
Move slowly. Oh, she's still winning her bonuses. She's getting very good, basically. Plus 5 every turn, that's very good.
Moving!
Oh, when I double click, they go faster. Stand up. Move only once for now. I need to eliminate the gas tank. What the fuck else on Discord could we go, chat? Do you know anything else we could use? Because I'm not going to like Facebook or whatever.
Orders?
Orders? Sir? Eyes open.
Move here. I know you took damage, but like...
What?
Move here too, because we have nothing in the background, so... Okay, you end your turn here. We're going to go there.
Hostiles!
Fuck, we revived the style at the wrong time.
About time.
Get behind the cover of the vehicle. See if you can shoot them. Get that knee on the ground then. Oh, nice. Can't shoot them. But from here, we'll be able to shoot them, right? Nice.
We must go bigger.
Oh, it's super armored, fuck. They're moving in. Be ready, everyone.
Sir?
Oh my god, they're getting close. I don't like that.
Orders?
Move behind. Get the fuck away from there. That's my order.
Sir?
My order don't become like some food for like some disgusting like bugs. Move the fuck out of here.
About time.
Keep firing. We're going to move again. No, we have time to suppress them again. My god, they're super resilient. We're doing nothing. Oh, finally we managed to do some damage. Where are they going?
Sir? Orders?
Just move one. Guys, I love your enthusiasm, but you're not... You didn't manage to touch anything, I feel like. Shoot them! Shoot them again!
Engaging the enemy!
Shoot them too! Oh my fucking god. We're fucked.
Get some!
What the fuck are these evil aliens? Oh wait, I can ram them? Armor penetration 30%. Medium accuracy. Excellent accuracy. Let's go! Did it do any damage? Oh, okay, it's doing damage.
runs.
She's having fun at least. You get the fuck out of here, bugs. Get the fuck out of here, bugs.
Orders?
Can I see if you have like medium accuracy? Okay. Shot it!
Fleeing the engagement! Hostile neutralized!
Hostile neutralize.
Sir?
Move into like safe position then.
About time. On our way!
Same for you. Good job, everyone. You have a limited amount. Oh yeah, 13. We can shoot 13 more time.
What?
3 more time with the truck. A good truck. Ooh, little bugs.
Bugs!
Shoot them.
Shoot to kill!
Little disgusting creatures. More of them.
Bugs.
Keep shooting.
Bugs.
Let's do this.
I won't be able to shoot,
Moving to
except if I move here, I can maybe shoot.
Neutralize.
Yay! Good job. It crashed. Oh no. Video Studio crashed. Well, that's rare, but that happens. Yum yum yum. Sweet juice tastes good. There is no music though in the game. Kinda weird. What is that? Alien Stinger? Idling. These guys are better. Shoot them. He's having fun.
Sir?
Orders?
Can you get inside? This guy must be cold as fuck. Oh, they can shoot from inside. That's nice.
Sir?
Or maybe not. I'm not sure.
Roger.
Alright, moving.
Let's do this.
Moving behind.
What? Are there kutta there?
Well, I don't know. That's what we're going to find. Well, I don't think so. Oh!
Hostiles advancing. Go into cover.
Want some? Shoot them. Oh, it's more of them. Shoot down those guys here. We need to suppress them so they don't like start shooting people.
Let's do this.
I need to move 2 square. 2 square. And I'm in range. Ooh, nice.
What?
Oh, they're not trying to get away, huh? Bad choice. Should have tried to go away.
Sir?
All clear, Major. Send the boat.
Alright, we won. We managed to do some stuff. Difficulty 0.75. Yeah, because it's level 1, I suppose. We didn't manage all the secondary objective, but it's not really like hard to do that in a certain amount of time. Okay, and like my model is back. Quick. Probably not going to stream too long today. I'm so tired of feeling tired, if you know what I mean. I'm feeling tired all the time. Gain 2 intelligence. Yay! Kill count 1, kill count 4, kill count 3. I feel like we kill more than that, but maybe it's just counting like... Contaminate broad pool. The situation in the sector is becoming critical. We need to take action. Fortunately, we found a way to exterminate its best for a long time. A chemical agent specifically synthesized for this purpose must be delivered at the central breeding pool of the critters. The area will be swarming with specimens of all size and type, as they will aggressively attack any intruder. Okay. Find and rescue lost worker. 12 wounds. Don't lose anyone. Okay. That's a bit complicated. Intelligence. I don't know what intelligence is used for. If I sell my shit, how much I can get from it for it? 115. Anti-vehicle short. Do I want that? I could use that. Yeah. Let's give it to the lady. Oh, we can promote someone else. Let's give her this. Service is always an act of valor. Oh, damn it. It's getting complicated at this point. To enter in my budget. So we have 2 sniper team and a quick short range team. And we want to add in wildlife blaster bug. We want to sabotage that. Have a rescue here. Okay, so we need to go vroom, vroom. Just going to climb inside. Alright, well, there isn't much we can decide.
103rd won't be heard.
Well, you're in a vehicle, so I think they're going to hear you.
Ready, sir.
No. No. Move in.
What? Eyes open.
Send the scoot first.
What?
Alright.
Acknowledged.
About time. Going.
Double time for you too.
What?
What? Well, what?
Orders?
We need you to advance.
Eyes and ears. Moving to waypoint.
Alright, for no tango detected. Move behind her. Here is the first sabotage we need to do. Ooh! They got
Enemy
out of
movement.
nowhere.
Always ready.
Get out and shoot them at very short range. Oh, good job. Exactly what we wanted.
What? Eyes open.
Routine for a job. Did the job. Perfect. Oh, they're still like... Oh, are they retreating completely out of the map? Oh yeah, they're literally quitting the map. They're like, we're not doing that shit.
Sir?
Get back in.
What? Armor detail on duty. Xenos!
Oh, fuck.
About time. Seeking
At this
cover.
point, we better like go back and wait for it.
What? Engines engaged.
Uh-oh. Didn't really want you to do like a half turn for that because it makes us lose time.
Sir? Bounding.
And I should like have put those guys first out.
Orders.
Order is to shoot this stuff. 1, 2, 3 square.
On our way.
Can you shoot it from there? No. Well, that's better than
Do
nothing.
this.
In the meantime, those guys can shoot her.
What?
Ah yeah, because you need to like turn. He's losing a lot of time. Fuck, I thought she was... Oh, it badly calculated the amount of like... Oh! I'm glad she's missing each time.
Sir?
How good are you at aiming at it? Okay. Medium we take. Riddle it with all. Oh, nice. That's what I like.
Orders.
Plenty of little holes.
Keep it up.
Wavering. Fleeing. We're not going to let you flee.
Let's do this.
You're dead. Perfect.
Yes! I like how you work.
Thanks.
Alright, moving in. They're going to be my rocket team, probably. They're going to be my infantry in the front.
Let me have them.
Oh, teeny guys. I'm not going to do much.
Proceeding.
Move here. Ooh, that's more of them.
Eyes on.
Get to cover.
Yeah, get cover. I'm going to order her to move back.
Let's do this. Hustle 103rd.
So that they can't rush her.
What?
Alright, pin them down. Perfect. Present front.
Sir? Roger?
Move behind. Pam, 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 pam. They fire back, but they don't manage to do much.
Orders?
Finish them. Perfect.
Enemy
They're dead.
Let's do this. Moving to waypoint.
Moving.
What?
Time for you.
Kill from anywhere.
Moving in, some curious the perimeter. You guys are going to move in. You're going to move in the back. I like when you're in the back of the truck. Oh, you can't.
Orders!
Move. PPI. Net this.
Let's do this.
Sabotage this stuff.
What?
It's still very much in early access, so kinda feel it, but it's still nice. Do we have anyone? No. We have someone.
Hostiles!
Whoa!
Yes. I like how you work.
That's a good gun I gave them.
Orders?
In short range, it's doing miracles.
Let's do this.
Sabotage. Okay. Done. Ah,
Op 4 moving. Orders?
kill them.
Contact.
Kill them before they kill you. You fucking miss all your shots. You want to die, lady. Yeah, of course they're rushing you.
Casualties, Major. Sir?
Help your friend.
Impressive shooting, Marine.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Oh yeah, she's already at plus 40%.
What?
Move air. That will be far enough.
Movement.
About time.
Shoot them even if they're like under protection.
Enemy hit!
What?
Perfect.
Bring me more!
Hey,
Sir? Roger.
move in. Or you can see when they're detected or not. That's nice. They do tell you.
Let's do this.
Wilot Hermosa.
What?
Orders?
Orders?
Go rescue these guys. They need help. Oh no. Hello, Legio. It's not perfect yet, but I'm starting to feel a bit better, yeah. It's not infantry, it's civilians. They're killing civilians. But I'm going to kill them in exchange.
Xenos obliterated.
Xenos obliterated. it really feels like pre-warmer, like 20k. Oh, you like Menace? It's fun. I like especially the weapons. It does still have the problem of like
What?
all those games have, which is that the turn economy is very important, but I mean, it's normal, I guess. You can't really do without that. Well, like you often see the enemy just after you like started to do something, like right there. But hey, at least the bug don't rush you and attack you directly, which is nice. Finish them. I put a good weapon
Absolute warpath.
for close combat and I don't regret it. It's saving my ass against the aliens.
Let's do this.
Alright, move in. Go, 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 go. I'm still very tired. Extremely the fatigue.
Orders?
Your orders are going to be to move like here. Yeah. I'm preparing to become my scout in the future. Okay, everything is fine here. You guys, you should probably get inside the fucking like... Oh my fucking god.
What?
Did it saw us? I don't think so. We're going to keep ourselves in this direction in case it's starting to want to go over there. You move behind.
About time. Moving.
And you double time too. The big, dangerous big bug. Alright, civilian, you get inside the light vehicle and the light vehicle is going to get you the fuck out of there.
Are there Kutta there?
No, you're on evacuation mission right now. I saw what the fuck, that was absolutely not the trajectory you told me you were going to take. You're going to be destroyed, lady. Today? We're not Wednesday, it's tomorrow. And I probably feel too rude for that, I don't know. I really don't know. It's very hard for me to plan right now because like I'm never really sure if like I'm in shape or not. Oh, more little bugs.
Move it, Marines.
Got my day mixed up. I can see that.
Let's do this.
Now we oh, she's the only one I didn't play. Poor accuracy and medium accuracy. They really can't shoot their gun for shit sometimes.
Stay on 103rd.
Make them go away.
Orders?
What?
Lady, run them through. Perfect. They're still low level. Yeah, they are. And then get the fuck out. Everyone, double time. We're getting the fuck out of here. Whoa! Missed us. Evacuation, everyone. Chop chop.
Let's do this.
Alright. We're going to finish the mission before they can catch to us. As long as I play with her first. Evacuate! Evacuate! Get us off of here!
Are you sitrep? Skills retained.
Hey! Hey! What the fuck? I've loved these games so far. I cannot wait to see what they get in the future. Yeah. Why did the blaster bug shot me after I finished the mission? Asshole. We secured a bunch of stuff. Yay! Yay! Determine. Oh. Discipline increased. Determine. Oh. And euphoric. Wow, she got +10 of everything. She's super happy. It really gives me vibes of like pre 40k, 30k millennium, pre like Terra collapse. Choose a reward. Infantry armor. Oh. Or infantry accessory, armor piercing. I don't need armor piercing. I want the armor. Major, space debris hits the ablative skirt and put a few holes in the armpits. All serious damage has been accounted for. However, we do have some bits and bobs of damage in a few compartments. Bathroom, electronic, closet, a rec room, those sort of place. Since resources are tight, I decide to leave the priorities of the secondary repair to you. Authority -10. 20 OC components. Well, we need the authority. Repair are costly, be popular. The rec room has a new pumpal machine up and running, and rather popular Combat Fellas game is back in order. Alright. I need the authority, otherwise there is going to be a problem if they start rebelling. Can't read by myself nothing, but except sensors. Wow. Really do take a beating. Promotion point, authority. Just 12 growth potential. That's big, I bet. Going to be hard to track down though, but that's probably very big. Multiple reunification campaign. I wonder what they mean the way back. It's like a category of place with different planet.
Already mingling with the locals, are we? I am sure your secretary will advise you otherwise. But take it from me. Be careful who you help out there, General Crozier. Sorry. Major... whoever you are. End of line.
Major, we are not welcome in the way back. However, the impetus is
This guy is something.
ship in the system. We have no political allegiances, and our Marines are an elite fighting force. Whether they like us or not, a faction refusing our assistance leaves them with the possibility that a more cooperative competitor might grow stronger. In time, all of these factions will be asking us for help lest they want to be left in the dust.
Well, for now, we're still flying a half like broken ship, so it's going to take time.
Do we need an intelligence report for someone who speaks to us so unintelligently? Let us resume the mission, Major, and let our results speak for themselves.
Alright. Arena Festation again. A success, outsider. Perhaps you have some place in the way back. Let us see. Planet the backbone. Rock, civilized forest, temperate. Still very rough, but I can tell there is very strong bonds. I wonder why is there a codex or not? Not yet. We will have a codex at some point, I suppose. Telling us exactly what's happening. Vision range, detection. Each point corresponds to the effective view range of enemy I get unit by 1. Yeah, she's very talented. 3 ship of squad mates, accessory, enemy drop stuff, decrease enemy cover bonus. Standby can wait in combat to act later. Oh, not visible for chess. And then you have that, and then you have that. She's a sniper lady, basically. This guy is like... He's a mover, basically. He's a run and gun type of guy. The kind that do very well with shotguns. Okay, this lady is a tank buster. Oh, she's very good at being a walker. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I kind of want to see what she would do with in a walker, you know, like in a mech. There's one special weapon used for each squaddy up to 100. Nice. Heal an element to full HP. Oh. No AP loss, plus 25 damage on the armor pen versus hardware. Can do a bit of everything, basically. She's a jack of all trade. So I'm probably going to have her like be my anti-tank. She's probably going to be my anti-tank. It's probably going to be sniper. She's going to be my machine gunner or anti-tank. And is going to be my troop shock, my shock troops. We like rename them and stuff. That's kind of base that you can rename them. I love the idea. Oh, that's so good to have like people running around in armor. They look so much better. Like they're going to have so much less trouble. I love the idea of like bringing new weapon and stuff. Din, 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 din. Disposable AT launcher. Oh, that will be very good as an infantry accessory. But I wonder if it disappears after using it once. Light troop carrier. Flamethrower. Ooh. That's some good stuff. Smoke launcher. Light walker. Kazda isn't named Markful. Oh. Problem is, I don't know if it's an heavy weapon or like everyone is equipped with. Hyper-red ultrasound scanner that uses double shift. Well, if she's my scout, she probably need to be like close combat tool. It's either scout or if she's scout, she can't be like sniper. It's not going well together. I don't know how much trade I have. 80. We'll like go together little by little. And there is not really like a shadow group of criminal run dice maintaining a front of tourism and gambling in an hospitable snow planet. Such as that antagonist, the strong influence of criminal elements, such that the city is essentially lawless the moment you separate from a state source. Seeing themselves as rulers of the system, the Unbent have turned their beautiful Earth-like planet into a massive military-industrial complex. The notion of ulterior motive does not enter our analysis of them whatever. Despite their turn exterior, they are very forward about the intention of one day rolling the way back. Ruler of the backbone come to power via complicated election process. Their candidate must sacrifice a piece of themselves physically. They are all in fulfilling the role. And also that they do the best for the very constituents the crippled body must depend on. That's crazy. Me, I'm burning as well because like of my sickness, but it's okay, I'm like tanking. I'm tanking the best I can. But I can tell that like I'm still, that's like why burning? I have autoimmune disease and the treatment against it when it got very bad it's very efficient, but it gives the sensation that my skin is burning. So I'm not like I'm not enjoying that too much. Alto Dwarf by Evans my spear greatest cause, Zane Beecher is the biggest mecha-corp in the way back. Intel has been able to locate the head of Zane Beecher Corporation just as well any assessment of that is somewhat dependent upon company product. Scientism and commercialism, wow. It's a bunch of conglomerate of planets. I want to play more of it. I want to play more of it when I'm like more awake. Right now I'm having trouble like focusing, so it's not the best because it's not the most fun to watch. Instead we can watch videos. I like watching videos. I'm going to grab like a blanket. Let me just put the video here. Let me capture. Yeah, perfect. Wink. Wait, why is it back to... Oh, because it's screen capture, I'm dumb. Like this instead. Perfect. Perfect. What has the world? Except like that kind of perfect... that's annoying me. Why is there like... Yeah, why was it not cut like correctly? It's showing a teeny bit up there. I don't like that. All right, we're going to watch some video. And maybe I will like play a table game on the board on the side. Oh, oh, it's raining outside. I like the sensation of the rain. Just raining is cool. All right. I almost made my helmet fall. Yeah, yeah. I feel so tired. Exploring those of Mirror, Japanese mini mockumentary.
So I am turning 30 soon, which means it's about time to really, especially since
Don't make me anxious, I'm already
with more than
30.
100 every special feature that helps. So if you watched my last video, you'll recall a brief mention of an episode on the FTV channel called House of Mirrors. The focus of today's video, and what I feel is a proper way to send this topic off, at least until we get more concrete updates that might tie the overarching story together. I won't spoil anything right now, but my next video after this will not be another mockumentary like usual.
Oh, I like mockumentary.
Form that admittedly a lot of you have been requesting for quite some time now. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Allow me to walk you through the House of Mirrors and break down what makes it a standout bit of mockumentary horror, at least in my eyes.
I like the series of mockumentaries that she's presenting.
Entering a house. A mirror greets him at the entrance. Right away, we can see that something feels off. The power isn't working and no one seems to be home. It almost
horror game. Oh, spooky.
The cameraman starts walking through the house, combing through every room.
Every little wound that I'm giving myself right now are getting affected. It's so annoying.
To film all the mirrors in the house. Next, we cut to an interview segment further clarifying what we're seing.
じゃあ改めまして初めからお話を伺いたいんですけども、そもそも家を撮影することになった経緯っていうのをちょっとお伺いできますか？
まあ家っていうのはまあ母のなんか知り合いの方のお宅らしくて、その家の様子っていうか状態を撮ってきてくれっていうのがまず。
They want to sell it, maybe.
まあ部屋に鏡があるから撮ってきてくれって。
Why do they want him to?
When we cut back to the footage of the house, voiceover from the interview continues to feed us information. It's explained that this house was originally occupied by a man, his wife, and his wife's mother, an elderly woman who was suffering from dementia. The cameraman explains that the old woman had just vanished one day while the married couple were out shopping and hadn't been seen since,
she has dementia.
By law enforcement to locate her. Even stranger, all the doors
were
locked from the inside. At some point following this, the wife, for some unknown reason, started claiming that her mother was inside the mirrors, which obviously sounded absurd for many and was simply brushed off as grief. The couple eventually moved away. It seems the move didn't completely calm the wife down. According to the cameraman, his hunch as to why he was there was to gather proof that this woman's mother was not, in fact, trapped in the mirrors. From there, we continue to watch the exploration of the house.
But what if she really is? I'm going to pee myself. This is in one of the mirrors, and there is a screamer. I don't like screamers. I like those documentaries because there is no screamers. Because there is a lot of stuff for an abandoned house. The wife left mirrors in every... It's funny because me, I see the house and I'm like, wow, I want to live in one of those houses because it's a Japan house. Well, that's a mirror. I don't want to look. We're going to see something inside at some point. I bet like, a Japanese house would be too small for me. I would bunk myself everywhere. All the houses are too small for me. I hurt myself everywhere. For now, it's small mirrors at least. Oh no, that's a big one. Oh, it's a big one. But it's a nice one. Oh, I don't like that. Why? Why did it took so long to react? The moment it started moving, I would like have like. The moment the door opened by itself, I would have just jumped like, oh my god.
We cut back to interview footage where the cameraman is asked about the closet door opening on its own. He understandably explains that this freaked him out and caused him to promptly leave the house.
Okay, good reflex.
They then ask him about the mirror that was inside the closet and if he felt the presence of the old woman when he saw it. The cameraman surprisingly says no. The final moments of this episode confirm that the elderly woman was not spotted in the footage, but also tells us there's possibly much more to this house than initially thought.
いや、それは全然なかったですね。
We're going to see her dead at some point somewhere. She was in the house. What? I didn't saw all those peoples. And I looked. Are they already there? Crazy, I didn't see them.
Vanished when her mother was calmed the wife down. According to the cameraman, his hunch as to why he
I don't see the mirror that. Oh.
To watch was not, in fact,
Oh, because we can't see shit, that's why.
Continue to watch the
That was they hided it with the light. That's kind of disappointing. I wish they hided it like I did it in the picture and it's hard to see by itself, not because there is shadows that they added.
結局もう家はもうね、なくした方がその彼女のためにもいいってやっと何度か見せてちょっと納得してもらえたようですよ。はい。
If you have watched any of my other videos covering the FDQ channel, then you already know exactly what I'm about to say. This episode leaves us with more questions than answers, and on a personal note, this one really creeped the hell out of me with its twist. In case you weren't sure what you were looking at the end, it's brightened up footage that we've already seen before, revealing what appears to be a middle-aged man and a young schoolgirl. Again, as the text card said, a family that we have zero knowledge of, no context at all. Going in, the very obvious expectation here was for the old woman.
Ad. God damn it. I hate ads. I hate ads. I hate ads. But I'm forced to have them because I'm not like famous enough. I'm such a me person. Right now, I want to sleep well. I want to like have a big night of sleep. And don't oversleep. And don't undersleep. And don't wake up all the time because I'm in pain. I didn't have like a good night of sleep in 4 days, I think. I tried to sleep before streaming. I tried to do a nap. I wanted to do 2-3 hours of nap, but after 1 hour, I still didn't manage to fall asleep. It's just like I feel everything. It's horrible. It's annoying. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't want to feel everything. It's like even the shit on my wounds, even the clothes on my wounds is like too much, and so I can't fall asleep. And when I fall asleep, if by accident I scratch myself in my sleep, it just wake me up with the pain. It's I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I want it to stop. And now it's better, but like I have still very tense skin, and it's very easy to like stimulate it with the sheets and stuff, and like I don't like that. Happily it's going to like maybe tonight I will be able to sleep well. Problem is that you need to sleep well in order to have a beautiful skin. So by having those problems of skin, I don't sleep well, and so because I don't sleep well, I manage to like it's even worse, you know. It's like, and because of that I'm all sleepy like right now. Tonight I'm going to go to bed early, like early. All right, can continue the video. The ads are over.
To be seen in one of the mirrors, but that is not what happened at all. And for me, there's just something chilling about a whole new set of people showing up without explanation right at the end.
Yeah, it's a good
Of course,
twist.
the questions just don't stop there. If the old woman wasn't spotted, then where is she then? What did the wife know about the mirrors, and why did she put them in every room? As many of you have probably noticed, the house wasn't occupied. The married couple supposedly moved on, but for whatever reason, they seemingly left all of their belongings inside of that house. Of course, we're told that at the end the house was destroyed and that the land was on the market, but what does that mean for the people that we saw inside? Did the couple save the mirrors, and does that do anything, or was the house itself the issue? And on top of all this, we're also told that the wife felt better after seeing this footage, which again to me is just plain creepy because nothing about this footage should be effective at calming anyone's nerves. It makes you wonder even more what the wife knew, and if somehow seeing this random man and schoolgirl actually made her feel settled instead of unnerved, and the implications of what that even means. Now, having said all that, those were my initial thoughts upon first viewing. I already loved the episode, of course, but what I love even more about mockumentaries, or really just any film that's sort of a subtle take on horror, is when you talk to someone else about it and they point out things that you did not even notice the first time. I checked the comments for House of Mirrors, and that's when I found out that if you look closely, you'll notice that there's something very wrong with the footage from start to finish. I was so busy bracing myself for a jump scare and focusing on the mirrors themselves that I completely missed the fact that everything in the house was mirrored. When the cameraman films himself, the text on his shirt appears normal when it should be flipped. Text on packaging and boxes all appear flipped as well, which again is easy to miss when you're obsessively scanning just one element on screen. Everything being mirrored has really wild implications, and of course furthers the mystery even more. If we take it at face value, we can assume that the cameraman was somehow briefly in the world of the mirrors, if we can call it that. But if that's the case, how did he make it out safely while the others seem to be trapped? I have seen some comments point out the moment the closet door opened, how it caused two mirrors to face each other, opening up some kind of portal. Of course, that's not confirmed at any point, and we're really just left with these pieces to try to put together as best we can. As I've said before, I love how ambiguous FDQ tends to be. I love not having an answer answer for everything. And that's still true here, but if I had to pick one FTQ episode off the top of my head to get expanded lore or even a part 2, it would probably be this one. Like, I'm creeped out just talking about it. But yeah, that was House of Mirrors. Again, this is going to be the final FTQ video for the foreseeable future, since I'll be bringing back a long-requested series to the channel. I'm sure that you can probably guess which one, but I won't say anything for now. All that
I
said,
still
thank
have
you so
one
much
of
for
this
watching,
kind
and I'll
of
see
stuff.
you all in a couple of weeks. A
We
quick
have the
thank you to today's
occult
sponsor,
one.
Bombas, for
Socks.
overlooked. Unlike most found footage or mockumentary films, which typically focus on ghosts or hauntings, a cult is utterly unpredictable. Think alien talk, UFOs, bizarre worm-like balls in the sky, missing people, electronics materializing out of nowhere, and cryptic ancient symbols. At its core is an unassuming man who becomes increasingly unsettling as the documentary team delves deeper into his story. And the ending? It is one of the most unhinged conclusions that I have ever seen, and for others who have also seen this film, well, they either love or absolutely hate the ending. This movie is definitely not for everyone, but if you're up for something quite unique, I highly recommend watching Occult, ideally before this video, as spoilers are ahead. Sadly, there's no official way to rent or stream it, at least in the US, as far as I am aware, but it is available on YouTube. Now, for those of you who do not mind spoilers, what happens in Occult? The story begins with director Koji Shiraishi, who's out to make a documentary about a seemingly random attack that took place on a bridge 3 years prior. Shiraishi is the director of this film, playing himself, and in case you've never heard of him, you may have heard of some of his other films like Noroi the Curse, Carved, or Sadako vs. Kayako. Fictionalized Shiraishi says that he felt compelled to document the event in question, but can't really articulate why, at least not right
That's
now,
funny.
but we'll return to this later. Through
He's
exposition and
documenting
series of
himself.
interviews, we learn that the attack took the lives of 2 people and seriously injured 1. Said sole survivor, 30-year-old Shohei Eno, is odd, to say the very least. In their first interview with him, he starts talking about hearing voices and seeing UFOs, that sort of thing. Something that might have been easy to discount until he offered to show the crew the scars that he got from the attack. Now, these scars clearly resemble some kind of esoteric symbol, and of course, the only person who'd be able to explain them is the person who made them. But immediately following the attacks, he made his way to the nearby ocean and was never seen again. Upon interviewing the attacker's friends and family, however, they learned that this
That's
man was
crazy.
also very much into UFOs, and even more bizarrely, had the same symbol on his own body. Now, was it a tattoo? Self-inflicted? No. His father tells the crew that his son was actually born with these marks on his chest.
What?
The plot thickens when the documentary team reviews footage from that fateful day and notice this weird speck flying around in the sky. Naturally, they show it to Eno, who then rambles on about how he considered the attack to be an act of God and not something that he's resentful about. In fact, he's claimed he's seen numerous
An act of
miracles occur
God?
since that day, although when asked to elaborate,
Is it
he
UFO or God?
refuses. Now out for answers, director Shiraishi decides to follow Eno around and film him as much as possible. It's at this point when a microscope is placed on Eno and we get to know him much better. He's still very strange, but ultimately seems harmless, albeit very much down on his luck. He's broke, homeless, and at one point even asked Shiraishi to borrow 100 yen, which at the time of writing this comes out to about 67 cents US. Eventually, the team decides to pay Eno to film himself when Shiraishi is unable to. They also ask Eno about the voice that he claimed to be hearing before, and to their disappointment, Eno says that he hasn't been able to understand it since his stay at the hospital. Of course, as things go on, Eno becomes increasingly more troubling. He has to stay at the office since he has no place to go, something that the crew is reluctant about, but accepts after Shiraishi convinces them that it is probably a good idea. At one point, they take Eno out for dinner where he orders a bunch of expensive cuts of meat, then proceeds to be rude to the female member of the crew, causing her to leave. Most alarming though, Eno, now drunk at the restaurant, starts going on about the voice in his head telling him about some kind of mission and how he sees his
I wish the
experience
first
on the
part was
bridge
like
as a
paranormal,
passing
but there's
of
just
the
many
baton.
people.
He talks about God and about being transported to what he calls God's realm. At this point, the documentary team lightly confront him, saying that if he admits to planning anything criminal, then they'd of course have a moral duty to intervene. Eno denies any such plans, despite later footage he shot of himself showing him saying, quote, "They have no idea what I'm up to," as he walks past a group of police. Now, as all of this is going on, there have been a number of seemingly paranormal phenomena captured on camera. When Shiraishi and Eno are eating at an unnamed fast food establishment that is surely not sporting the golden arches, a wrapper is blown off the table multiple times despite it being indoors with no visible windows or explanation. We also see a strange transparent mass looming above Eno the first time he tries to sleep at the documentary team's office. At this point in the story, we find Eno filming himself after a day of work when he captures videos of something in the sky. To him, a so-called UFO. After this, he returns to the office where he finds Shiraishi working alone. He doesn't mention the UFO, but maybe he didn't need to because this happens.
全然何も取られんかった。まあまあ、違う今日じゃん。
The documentary then shifts focus to Shiraishi's efforts to investigate further. Online, he discovers an artist who creates automatic drawings, one of which resembles Eno's scars. When they meet, the artist suddenly enters a trance-like state, scribbling an image resembling a rock formation at a place called Mount Ohiruyama, a place Shiraishi had actually visited 3 years earlier on the same day as the bridge incident, in fact. Returning to the mountain with a crew member, Shiraishi recounts that he once found 9 leeches attached to his leg here, despite the dry terrain, something that will come up a few more times throughout the story. While searching the area, they uncover a stone carved with symbols resembling those on both Eno as well as his attacker. Upon making this discovery, Shiraishi begins to feel pain and notices fresh bleeding from his old leech wounds. Now, to help decode these symbols, they consult one Kiyoshi Kurosawa, a real-life
crazy spooky
personalized version of himself that also happens to be a Mount Ohiruyama enthusiast. Kurosawa reveals similar carvings
I'm going to cut my nails.
2 decades, interpreting them as signs of a god-ordained calamity. Whether natural or human-made, he can't exactly say right now. He connects the mountain to Hiruko, a mythological figure known as the Leech Child, and explains that the mountain's name, Ohiruyama, translates to Leech Mountain. We then turn our attention back to the office, where the crew go through Eno's stuff while he's out working a gig job. Everything seems normal until they find his checkbook, which shows that he actually has thousands of dollars stashed away in his account that he just for some reason refuses to use. They assume that it's for something, and whatever it is, it cannot be good. A few more supernatural things take place from
One of my nails flew away.
Clearer than ever. The most notable being a man Eno gets into a confrontation with.
But an impossible angle. I can't get it. I don't know why it is.
Claimed that it would happen. All the
Well,
while,
I'm vacuuming tomorrow, so.
Over his head. Several more of these are captured on camera over time. Eno shows the footage to the crew, who are, of course, left stunned. They ask him again about the voice in his head, to which he insists once more that he still cannot understand. Shortly after this, Shiraishi and Eno end up at the same restaurant as last time, and the two have a heart-to-heart. Shiraishi tells Eno that he actually wants to help him, even if he is planning something horrible, explaining that he wants to show everyone the truth about what they've uncovered, noting his feelings of being called to do so. Eno finally cuts the shit and admits that he could understand the voice in his head the entire time, as we all expected, and that it had been telling him over and over to do something very specific near Shibuya Station, which is of course incredibly dense and overcrowded. Now, I hate to go on a quick tangent here, but we all know that YouTube is really strict about stuff, and I really don't want this video to get thrown into the abyss of the algorithm, and I especially don't want it to get blocked or taken down, so bear with me here. So you know that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward gets a pie for SpongeBob, but before he does, the guys selling it to him tell him that they aren't actually pies? Yeah, those pies with explosively delicious flavor. Let's just say that Eno admits that his plan is to walk into a busy area
God damn
and bless
it.
everyone with some free pie. Now, Shiraishi clearly is not a fan of pies and reveals that he lied to Eno in an attempt to get him to confess. The two begin to argue, eventually ending up outside, where Eno is so drunk that he can barely walk. And that is when this happens.
It's a jellyfish. Oh.
After witnessing all of these things up close and personal, Shiraishi finally seems to break, and it doesn't completely come out of nowhere. Right at the start of the story, he mentions feeling compelled to cover the bridge attack case, but can't explain why. Right
This
now,
guy turned into Leash's face.
Being tempted this entire time, but was simply in denial over it. This also seemed evident because he's the only member of the documentary team that consistently backed Eno up, even when he was being rude or just downright sketchy. Eno walks up while Shiraishi is still quivering on the floor and asserts the idea that his one and only mission here is to keep a record of what Eno was about to do. At this moment, Shiraishi's leg is once again bleeding from the same spot described earlier, and Eno, upon seeing it, says that it is clearly his equivalent of the mark that Eno has on his back. Eno helps Shiraishi up, and just like that, their relationship is solidified. And from here, a lot happens very, very quickly. We watch as Eno gathers baking supplies and gets to cooking in the company office. At one point, Shiraishi even helps him hide everything from a crew member when they arrive unexpectedly.
Damn, they
On
wanna
the day
blow
of
up
the
stuff.
pie distribution ceremony, the pair are up and about nearly 12 hours before the show is actually about to start. They go on to eat together, they go and see a screening of what totally is not Indiana Jones. Overall, they're just really palling around, and it's clear that they basically hit the peak of their bestie arc. Now, once it's finally time for pie, the two men sneak off somewhere private where Eno is able to suit up. And once the pies are secured safely under his jacket, they make their way outside and say their final goodbyes. Eno, before walking into the crowd, offers Shiraishi his 100 yen coin back. Shiraishi declines and says to return it alongside the camera that he's been using to film himself if he is able to do so from the other side. And with that, the two would never see each other again. Now, for obvious reasons, I cannot actually show you the pie distribution ceremony, but let's just say that everyone around him, hundreds of people to be exact, were just so overwhelmed by the aforementioned explosive flavors that they could barely hold themselves together. Again, imagination here. Now, what we get next is a massive time skip to 21 years later, as Shiraishi is finally released from prison for helping Eno and not turning him into the authorities. Turns out, he was legally considered an accomplice, which I'm sure none of us are shocked by. He was a producer from earlier, catch up at a nearby restaurant, presumably the same one that we've seen a couple times already, and that's when, out of nowhere, Shiraishi's leg starts to hurt once again. He's clearly alarmed, and as he goes to check on it, something falls from the ceiling and just narrowly misses him. It's Eno's borrowed camera, and beneath it, a 100 yen coin, both of which are
from the other
damaged,
side,
pristine, when they should be covered in pie filling. Now, this is the footage that Shiraishi found on the tape recovered from the interdimensional camera.
The interdimensional camera.
ビデオカメラと一緒に、こっちのこのビデオカメラと一緒にこの100円玉も向こう側からこう送ってくれん？なんかその方が楽しい。分かった。行くわ。ほんまありがとう。
You shouldn't have listened to the leeches. The leeches weren't your friend.
Yeah, that was a cult. Yes, it is incredibly ridiculous, but I honestly love it. The first time I saw that last clip, I was just stunned. Like, I had no idea what to even say, and I completely lost my shit when his head floated away, because when you have to edit that sort of thing, I mean, literally all you have to do is just drag it once, and that's about it. But I guess if we're trying to make sense of what all of that was, we can only assume that Eno ended up in some kind of hell, which, let's be real, I'm sure none of you are surprised by. Now, why was hell full of leeches and jellyfish? Honestly, for years, I had no idea and thought it came off as kind of completely random, albeit amazingly absurd imagery, but apparently it does have something to do with mythology. Fictionalized Kurosawa said that Hiruko was worshipped at Mount Ohiruyama. Again, Hiruko can mean leech child, apparently because this character was initially born without any limbs. Now, I will admit that I never heard of Hiruko before this, which is funny because apparently Hiruko is one of the 7 lucky gods, and my childhood home had multiple depictions of these characters. There were prints, little statues. I just somehow never asked my family the details details about all these characters. Hiruko is apparently also known as Ebisu and can be associated with jellyfish as well. I guess that makes sense. I'm sure that there's like way more to this that we could dissect further, but I'll keep it short for today. Happy New Year and all that. Now, just to clarify, the stuff we saw in Occult aren't actual beliefs, just so no one mistakes that. They're fictionalized and simply taking inspiration from actual mythology. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain of the proper interpretation here, but my reading of it is that whatever these entities are, they're obviously bad, but they're being mistaken for Hiruko. All in all, I think that if you're willing to not take things too seriously, Occult is a really good film. It does feel very realistic and natural outside
I thought it was like
stuff, and it really
the
is
god manifestation, but basically just evil entities that are haunting the mountain.
I would never want to be a documentary filmmaker that's steadily getting more sketched out by my subject as time goes on. That just sounds impossibly uncomfortable. And of course, I also love how bold this film is, and it's one that I don't find I'm able to talk with a lot of people about because A, they've never seen it before, or B, it's just a little too out there. Now, hopefully this video finds its way to people who are looking for something like Occult, and if that's you, then hey, mission accomplished. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.
Thank you for making those videos. No, that was the last one, I think. I'm comfy watching this kind of stuff. I don't know if it's comfy, but might be, yeah. I don't know. Do we want to watch this one? Or do we want to watch this one? I want to try this one.
This video is sponsored. There are tons of people who use the internet to search for things.
Oh, it's way older. She didn't do anything in like some time. Said she wanted to go back towards something after this one. And it was this one. Oh, okay. He didn't make any more stuff. Maybe she stopped it because she didn't find anything interesting. Well, what to watch then?
Spirit, but more on. A quick thank you to today. This video is sponsored. A quick thank you.
Oh, my eczema is like feeling like just like teeny pick. Maybe I can find something. What else could I watch? What the fuck? 1 million view. People are very interested in like D&D stuff, huh? Seems like I don't have much to watch left. Only stuff I already saw. No, I'm watching TTRPGs. I'm not watching analysis of the game. I watch people playing games because it's funny, but it could be something else than D&D as long as it's these people, I would be fine with them. But like there is 1 million view on someone commenting about rating homebrew subclasses on D&D Beyond. And I'm like, I still kinda see it, you know, but I saw a lot of video of analysis of spell and I'm like, wow. People like analyzing a spell in order to metagame better. I can understand it, but at the same time, I'm like,
No!
Chibi, what are you watching, Chibi?
Midnight Messenger. Jennifer is taking care of her elderly mother who is critically ill.
Okay, I'm going to watch what is she watching. Skyest. TikTok of 2005. I'm sure I'm going to be so afraid. You ready, chat? It's going to be so spooky. Wow. Wow.
Taking care of her elderly mother who is critically ill.
Jennifer is putting her feet in the salad at the Subway. Oh my god. And then you eat the salad, and the salad is the salad fit Subway.
One night, she sees something on her mother's bedroom video monitor.
Nuke top 5. Look, your grandma. She's going to show her nipples. That's going to be very spooky.
Did you?
She's still alive. That's so fucking spooky.
Voice seems to whisper.
My god.
And the elderly woman seems to raise her.
The phantom told her to come, and she said, okay. Okay. That's not very terrifying when your mother is asked to come by a ghost.
Clearly say, Mama.
I'm not doing freaking child play. Oh yeah, no, Pugs, that's terrifying. Okay, no, please, don't. I don't want to see my mother doing like freaking child play with the ghost when they're having like oral sex together. Fuck. That's fucked up.
And she passes over to the other
That's fucked up.
Okay.
Mama.
Child's play. A young woman.
No! Enough with the child play.
Just playing around, crawling over their couch and having fun. Later, she
terrifying. They got a child.
So friends and family can watch her son play. But then viewers begin to notice something in the.
Whoa! Your kid can't even fucking walk, and you're already like showing the TV in the fucking bedroom. What the fuck?
That gives them the.
You're going to cook the brain of the baby. That's so spooky. It's fucking destroying the fucking couch.
Did you see it?
No.
Or spot some strange little figure peeking around the baby's playpen. Right.
That's a cat.
Stephanie says that she never noticed this little figure before she posted.
That's a fucking cat.
Mentioned it. She says that no other children were anywhere around.
Yeah, because it's a cat.
No idea who this little peeking figure is.
It's a cat.
But if
it looks like a cat. It's a cat.
Into the room, then he exits quickly.
Yeah, because the TV is not on. Because you already burned child brain with your TV garbage.
Or what is this?
A cat. You literally can see the tail at the start.
Video filmed by a woman named Nicole of her young son Hendrix. Now, what is really odd here is that the little boy seems to actually react to something that we can't see.
Because you can't see shit. Yeah.
When little baby Hendrix opens the door, a creepy voice seems to whisper, "Yes."
No, it's saying it, and it's not whispering. It's literally screaming it. It's like, yeah.
Right back out of there.
Yeah.
Now, shocked and slightly amused viewers of the clip decided to add their own subtitles, which actually sound pretty accurate. Just listen. So did the little boy hear the voice of a spirit? And did he indeed just say nope to a ghost?
Nope.
Tell me what you think.
Well, I hear the spooky noise too. It's someone saying it and the baby doesn't want to be it.
Virginia. One night around 10 p.m., she's walking back to her room when she notices a strange-looking man following her. She starts to record with her phone, pretending that she's on a video call to try to scare the guy away. But it doesn't.
But the guy doesn't work. Because the guy is next door and you want to go away. Ah, she cut and she started running directly. Well, if he was trying to catch her, he would already have got her because she's like...
behind her start to get faster, and she thought that he was chasing her. So she runs and starts screaming.
But there is nobody behind you.
This is when things start to get weird.
First, she doesn't speed, she doesn't run that fast.
At a couple of key moments, no one can be seen chasing Arya. And so now we cut to a completely different TikTok account. One made by a guy named Tony, who is a maintenance worker at this very same hotel.
Wow. Coincidence. Two different ghosts in the same place.
This.
Y'all, so here's video of that girl that posted. And I'm gonna let y'all know now, it gets really...
She's running. And she's not running that fast for someone that is afraid of her life. And she's doing...
Like she acting like she's running from something or hiding from something. But there's...
She's trying to hide in an empty place.
Like she tweaking. Yeah, it is weird. And the elevator door is not even closing.
She's not very good at hide and seek.
Like she's playing hide and seek or something.
In the video, we see Arya running down the hall and then cowering in the elevator.
She's doing like, what is the name of the movie?
Strangely,
and then Arya put her feet in the salad of the subway. Salad feet. Feet salad.
Downstairs. She left in an Uber without a word.
She left in an Uber to put her feet in the salad at the subway.
To make Arya run away. He finds the girl's room number and goes up with a coworker. What they find is truly disturbing.
A big pile of cum inside the fucking room.
Stuff is just left here.
What? They still didn't clean. The guy had time to like wait. She had time to go post the fucking TikTok, and this guy had the time to go see the footage, post the fucking TikTok, and go to the bedroom. And they still didn't clean the fucking bedroom. This hostel is terrible. That's a fucking terrible hostel. They're taking so fucking long to fucking clean the room. What the fuck? It's every day normally. What the fuck are they doing?
All of Arya's luggage is still in the room. Even stranger, the room looks like it has been ransacked, with things strewn all over the floor.
Everything is turned over the floor, but the valise is still like the baggage is still on the bed.
This device is often used by criminals to break into hotel rooms with a latched door. So now Tony thinks that someone might have been in Arya's
Maybe
room,
Tony is a criminal.
Someone chasing her.
He's criminally sexy.
A closer look at the hotel security footage
with his beautiful eyelash.
Chills him to his core.
All right, y'all. So
I'm watching here.
The video of that girl from the other day, right? Because I'm thinking maybe somebody must be following her Just keep watching the screen right here, man. I saw something that just...
Someone.
Keep her down there.
Oh, fuck.
Right there. Right there.
A shadow.
I don't know what that was. This is crazy. And y'all think that's crazy. Watch, keep watching like right by that door right there, by that table. Keep watching right over by there.
Kenny.
My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
It's a rat.
What the heck? Bro, that's a rock from that table right there. Those are stones and those in bowls right there by that table. And that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
Okay, but if it's a ghost that is invisible, why does he need a tool to break inside the room of the lady? You could just go through the door.
Just a few minutes after we see Arya running down the hall, we can see a strange unexplained shadow that seems to speed off down the hallway in the same direction.
But what about the worker? There is a worker. Why didn't she tell the worker that someone is pursuing her then?
Now, Tony says that he doesn't know exactly what happened here. He says that he has never experienced anything like this while working at the old hotel.
Well, probably because he never watched a ton of video until he finds something weird.
Keep in mind, there's no construction going on. Nothing.
So was some real person with bad intentions chasing Arya? Was this something supernatural?
Yeah, it's someone supernatural. It's a ghost, but he still need to like have tool to break in because he's not like able to pass through everything. It's a ghost vampire. You need to invite him in order to get inside your bedroom, but he can use like a little tool to break in.
She would often catch it moving all on its own. After being asked repeatedly by viewers, she decided to point a camera at the doll and live stream the entire thing. Around an hour in, with skeptical viewers watching closely, there was a bit of movement. Watch closely.
No, I'm good. I don't like watching closely. You can just show me the movement, the moment where it moves. That's not really like that's not the doll. That's why it's a problem. She's a liar. The doll is not moving by its own. Hey! The doll is still not moving, what the fuck? She's a fucking liar. Okay, super nice. Okay, well, maybe the doll moved a bit right now, but it's more because something like crushed it.
Now, the doll doesn't actually move, but the items
Yeah.
in the storage closet fly violently across the room.
She managed to fucking miss everything about the ghost throwing stuff inside her bare fucking place, but she still thinks the doll is moving. Clearly, it's not the doll that is a problem. You have a poltergeist or something that aids this doll.
Around the doll. And some even claim that they saw the doll move in the video before everything came crashing down.
Well, clearly she isn't, so they're lying.
So, what do you think?
I think it's a bunch of shit, and you shouldn't have dolls inside your house that look like this anyway.
After he moved in, he began to experience strange things and hear unexplained noises. Late one night while he's asleep in bed, he hears the creepy sound of what seems to be someone hitting keys on the piano in his living room.
Not the piano in my living room! Well, for a ghost, you only know to do one fucking note. See the guy in the black ball suit in the back. Who's there? The La 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 ghost?
Decides to lay on his living room couch to try to figure out just what is going on with the piano.
I don't want to shame the ghost, but I can play more music than the ghost.
The piano plays again.
The piano plays again, because everyone knows that when you play the piano, you drag it on the fucking floor.
To stay with a friend, but as he is leaving, he manages to capture this video.
What, you're going to be afraid that the ghost is going to throw the fucking like piano at your face?
As Carter heads for his car, he sees his TV flickering and his lights randomly turning on and off inside his house.
Fuck, the ghost is turning that in the freaking porn TV.
They say, well, if the place is so haunted, then why wouldn't he just move out? Well, that's exactly what he did. Carter moved right out of that house. And the end of this haunted story, I guess. The thing down the hall.
But nobody else reported anything after he moved.
Strange things have been happening all around his home. He believes that some sinister presence has attached itself to his family. One night,
They're lucky. So far, the sinister presence, they want to play the piano, turn on the TV and the light, and throw stuff at the doll. Oh yeah, that's a sinister presence. That's a sinister presence. All right. I think you have something rotten in the, probably in the garage or something. I got this sinister presence a few times when I didn't bring the trashes outside. And then the flies started putting their feet in the salad. It's salad.
Can't think of any rational explanation.
Feet lettuce at Subway.
Has fallen asleep on the living room couch. The young boy wakes up and sees something that chills him to his core.
What is it? An ice cream? Nothing. The TV. Why the fuck is he sleeping in the living room in the first place? Kid, go to bed. Stop sleeping there. Go to your room. He sees father coming very angry because he's fucking watching the TV at 2 a.m.
Wakes up after he hears a strange noise and runs to his parents' bedroom, crying and wailing in fear. The young boy tells his dad that he saw someone scary in the hallway. But did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Security footage, he sees a large figure that looks like a man just standing in the hallway, staring at his son. Even weirder, whatever this is just seems to disappear into thin air.
Wow. That could have been a burglar. That could have been dangerous. At least the ghost is not going to like try to steal your stuff.
Unleashed. A couple in West Virginia owns a little pet shop, and they usually let one of their older dogs wander around the place. But one morning when they come in to open up, something seems wrong. The dog isn't his usual happy self. Instead, he's curled up in his bed, trembling, and absolutely refuses to come out.
But he's sick.
The shop owners are worried, and they check the security cameras to see what might have spooked the little dog. They find something truly bizarre.
Someone putting their feet in the lettuce. Lettuce. Feet in the lettuce. Wow. I'm so spooked.
PM, the camera shows the little dog wandering aimlessly through the dark pet store. Suddenly, out of nowhere, something seems to actually launch the dog sideways, hard.
Actually,
Thankfully,
I already saw that kind of behavior. You're looking at the Duende. I already saw that kind of behavior on animals. It usually means they have like an internal pain. My first ferret used to like suddenly jump like if someone had kicked him or wounded him. And it was basically because he had very big pain coming from his sickness. He had a cancer on the spine, and so basically out of nowhere he was like moving like if someone had bite him or kicked him. But it was just because the animal was sick, and like when there is like a big surge of pain, they react like if someone had kicked them or something like that.
wasn't seriously hurt.
Because they can't understand that they have inside pain.
Or does the pet shop have a guest that no one can see? Next up, a guy named Angelo says that some seriously strange things have been happening in his house in Tenerife.
Every time there is a lettuce on the kitchen counter, someone put their feet inside it.
As if something had given her a serious scare. Curious and a little worried, they decide to check the security footage. What they find
is a big pair of I mean, it's chicken. Dun, dun. He's sneezing. Oh, you hear the woof woof? Whoop, 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 whoop.
In the video, little Nala seems upset by something.
No, she's trying to sneeze.
Something that we can't see.
No, she's trying to sneeze.
Clearly frightened. Then suddenly, something seems to violently yank the collar right
Oh, she just managed to sneeze.
Angelo posted follow-up videos to prove the footage wasn't fake. He showed that the clip came directly from his security camera, and he even demonstrated that Nala's collar is extremely difficult to remove. It doesn't just fall off. And
yeah.
He says that since the incident, his poor little dog Nala is a nervous wreck. He says the dog refuses to stay alone and now insists on sleeping in their bedroom every night.
She managed to win.
He's added 2 more cameras around his house.
She fucking scammed him.
That collar off.
Big win on the dog.
And he plans to catch it on camera. If you see something that you think would be perfect for the top 5, email me at nukestop5.
So you can use my footage? Huh? You want to use my footage for your gain? No, no, no. I refuse to share with you my footage of people stepping in the lettuce at KFC.
Cruz claims that he is haunted by a dark entity.
George Luz Cruz Molina. He got full name. My favorite is John. But I like Luis too. Luis.
He hears strange noises and gets up to investigate.
He hears people mourning while having anal sex. It's a duende. It's a duende! Bro, you need to have furniture. There is fucking nothing in your fucking house. Who got there? It's from outside, mate.
What the fuck? You gotta be kidding me. What the fuck was that? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
He doesn't have a single fucking, like, furniture is in house.
You gotta be messing with me. I swear to God, this gotta be a joke. Whoever's in here, I command you to leave in the name of Jesus Christ. I ask you to leave now.
You need to be like a fucking priest to do that, and there is more fucking sentences just saying that.
What the f is that?
He got a kitchen that is like nicely equipped, but his house is totally empty except a gamer chair. It's a fucking door. Da 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 da.
Guys, you gotta be kidding me.
What? Yeah, there is a fucking cardboard on top of the furniture. Not the baby chair. What? It made one clack and everything fell off the ground?
Blood-curdling screams, and as he goes in search
and the glass table didn't break despite being thrown on the floor?
Something moving around.
That's kinda nice. Me, when I drop something, it just shatters like even a fucking glass.
He re-enters his kitchen to find that even though the room had been in perfect order just seconds before, now all of his cabinets are open and his furniture seems to have been tossed to the floor.
But gently tossed.
Experiencing a violent haunting by an evil entity or a poltergeist?
Gently tossed.
Or is it all?
It was definitely a duende blow because it tossed the stuff gently on the ground. It was a duende.
Named Natalie, who lives in the UK with her family, says
duende is dangerous.
Have been happening in their home. Natalie says that recently they have been doing renovations in their
duende do that, yes. They haunt you but gently, you know. They scream very loudly inside the closet and that wake you up, but when you go back to sleep they give you a little kiss on the forehead so you sleep well. Wow, this kid is good at giving kicks. crying, little bitch.
Some unseen force seems to grab Natalie's son by his ankle and pull him right off the bed. The boy cries, and as if he is speaking to someone that we can't see, he says,
you do that?
I don't like it. No. Natalie says that her son then ran into their bedroom crying and said that there was a man in his room. Obviously, we can see that there was no man in his room. So just who or what pulled
no
the
man.
boy's leg? You decide. Late one night, Sarah Vargas is rolling.
It's the dad. He tied a fucking coat to the feet of the kid and just yeeted him.
Next door, that is truly bizarre.
Oh yeah, that's fucking weird. Oh wait, no, that's just a lady. But she's doing a fucking weird face. What is she doing? Yay! 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 Go! Yeah! But that's not very haunting. That's just sad. The cop is so fucking done. The cop is so fucking done. He's like, oh my god, I'm not getting paid for that.
Desperate screams can be heard coming from her neighbor's apartment. Shocked witnesses on the street are quick to call police, worried that it might be a case of domestic violence. But then the story takes a very strange turn, because the policeman asked people down on the street for rosary beads, an object often used in Catholic prayer.
Not often used in Catholic prayers, because you know to use a fucking rosary bead for something else.
For support.
You're going to tell us that you use it for what? Because right here you're getting in some very tremble like.
Because you see, all of this noise is actually coming from an exorcism that is taking.
Yeah, okay. But when does they put their feet in the salad? Because it's boring me. It's not very like, it's not very spooky all that shit. I'm going to be honest. More mirror demon. Feet lettuce. They put their feet in your lettuce. What are you going to do about that? I feel tired. My mind is tired, chat. I'm peaceful. My mind is up. I'm trying my best to not fall asleep. Meow. Baba. Whoop, chat. Whoop. Oh. I'm trying so hard to stay awake because like I want to stay awake to go sleep at the right hour. But I'm starting to be very tired. They don't offer like a lot of good like video YouTube anymore. I watch everything that was good. Like I'm watching that and I'm like, I don't want to watch anything. I ate my cell phone, so I got rid of it. Okay. My files are like they're like just, hey, you want to watch Charbog or Tomato? I'm like, give me something else. What is this one?
If I were to ask you what kind of horror scares you the most, what would you say?
Real life horror, like needing to pay taxes, getting a divorce. I mean, honestly, like you asked me if I prefer to get another divorce or like getting chased by someone with a chainsaw. I take the chainsaw guy, okay? Rather than the divorce.
I think most of the internet would agree with me on that. Look at the popularity of things like analog horror. Hundreds of series are made for YouTube and are seen by millions of people. Even the aesthetics of some of the horror channels.
What do you want to say, Blue?
I was saying the New York Knights update is out, if that would help.
Talking about horror films is
What?
finding something that fits that aesthetic.
New York Knights update is out, if that would help.
You guys hope to
what update?
And when all of that comes together,
the collab.
This is Rainbot, one of the longest running horror focus channels that I personally watch. Her focus recently has been on some
the one that does not interest me.
Horror mockumentaries. More specifically, she covered
the
until recently
Tiffy pulls anyway, so like
fake documentary.
I'm glad that you're helping me so much by telling me that the stuff I'm not interested in is out. Well, I'm not interested.
Strange or occult
I'm glad I helped.
in Japan. Events seen as normal or harmless often seem to have supernatural, dark implications. Sounds right up my alley. All of the episodes of this show have been uploaded for all to see, and to be honest, it fits what I've been looking for perfectly, except for one key element. Thanks to YouTubers like Rainbot, this series has absolutely blown up, thankfully taking it out of obscurity and pushing it into the mainstream YouTube horror realm. But I wanted to talk about something a little more obscure, so I went searching. This is Tokyo Videos of Horror, or Yamidoga for my Japanese.
Yamidoga.
A series of anthology mockumentaries, a series I guarantee none of you have ever heard of, let alone seen. But that's all going to change.
Wow.
Today we're going to be specifically discussing Volume 4, and its 4 separate stories that each become more and more terrifying.
Stories about death.
I'm Nightmare Movies, and let's get started with our first video of horror.
In Japanese.
Our first video follows Yoshiro Kato, a sales representative for an office supply company, and he's being interviewed about his colleague, Sagawa. For what purpose, though? Well, it's a bizarre story. After a night of drinking, they decided to head back to what Kato says is Sagawa's second-hand apartment. Kato takes his phone out and starts filming as they ride the elevator up to room 801, an apartment that Kato explains Sagawa bought in advance to live in after him and his girlfriend get married. This is kind of an important note, and you'll see why. Anyways, they enter the apartment and everything seems pretty normal. Not fully furnished or decorated, but a great start for sure. Kato explores around the apartment until he ends up in the kitchen, where he finds a note on their dining room table.
Don't believe Kato.
I love you forever. And it's written by someone whose name is Yuki, presumably Sagawa's girlfriend. A sweet letter to leave your future husband. Only it wasn't left by Sagawa's girlfriend. In fact, he doesn't know who wrote this letter. His girlfriend's name is Yuki. It's Yoko. And while this does seem a little odd, the two men just brush it off as some sort of prank that Yoko is pulling and continue their tour. In the bedroom, all that's inside is a bed. The closet and the bedside table space is completely unfilled.
They're going to have gay sex.
Kato jokes. They head out onto the balcony to check out the incredible view from this top floor apartment. And after admiring the view, that only leaves one destination left on their tour. The bathroom. Kato goes to check it out. Nothing really special.
He's making you visit the bathroom.
Why? The door to the bathtub.
There is Yuki in the bathtub.
Lying in the tub is what looks like a bloody, decomposing woman. And after Kato calls for Sagawa, the video abruptly ends. And this was the exact moment I knew I wanted to cover this show.
Yeah, it's a good one.
There's more to explain, so let's get back to the story. They called the police immediately after this discovery.
That's a good spin.
Late. The woman had been dead for days. The police reported that she ended her life using something called hydrogen sulfide, a poisonous gas. A very odd way for someone to take their own life, but that's only part of what makes this so strange. The question running through everyone's head, including mine, is who is this woman? Well, she was the previous
She
owner
tried
of
to
the
kill herself
apartment.
at the apartment of her lover, but she got the wrong apartment, and she just killed herself in the bathroom of a total stranger. And he's just like, "Who the fuck are you?"
She entered the apartment with a spare key and died in the bathroom. But that leaves one final question. Why? After the woman died and everything was cleaned up, Sagawa still wanted to move into the apartment, but his girlfriend refused. This put a heavy strain on their relationship and eventually led to them splitting up. But this is when things got even more strange for Sagawa. After him and his girlfriend split and he moved in, he started to claim that he was seeing the ghost of the woman who died in his bathroom. Slowly, this started to take an effect on his mental health, to the point where
he was like dying so she could fall in love with him in the future. It was like a 3-step plan.
Do a wellness check on him, and after entering his apartment,
wellness check. Destroy the door. Ice.
Something is obviously wrong with Sagawa. He
Yeah.
feels like someone is watching.
He clearly didn't do any fucking like amelioration of his drawing despite trying to draw this fucking ice so many times.
And there it is. Proof of the ghost that has been haunted.
Yeah, okay, we can. I know you want to talk about the ghost, my friend, but can we talk about the man? This guy is relaxed. I don't think the ghost can beat this man. This man is watching the TV. He got a towel around his neck, and he got tissues next to his fucking hand, a beer inside the hand. This man is fucking drinking, watching porn, and fapping. I'm sorry, Ghost, you're going to be for an awkward time when you're coming here.
And there it is. Proof of the ghost that has been.
I would just look at the ghost and be like, "You wanna join?
But also
We can watch
probably a
together.
little underwhelming to all.
Wanna
of you.
fuck?"
But there is one little part I may have left out. Let's rewind. You remember when we were going on that house tour and the two of them entered the bedroom? Kato made that terrible joke. Well, tell me if you spot something.
Oh, did you see it? Oh, that's spooky.
I mentioned a simple question earlier. Why? The reason that she came back to this apartment specifically to end her life is because it wasn't her apartment. It was her ex-husband's. For a reason never explained, this woman was divorced, and this obviously took a toll on her. She had a nervous breakdown, and she decided
She's
that
just
she
like
would go
me.
back to the apartment that she assumed her ex-husband still lived in, and presumably die right in front of him. But it didn't go exactly as planned. She
Because there
found out
was
that
no
he
one.
no longer lived there and was so distressed that she did it anyway. And this is where my rudimentary understanding of Japanese ghosts comes in. I'm assuming that the negative energy stuck around and latched on to Sagawa, the first person who stayed in the home after her, similar to something like The Grudge. And because she was unable to torment her ex-husband, she decided that Sagawa was the
Yeah, but
next
look at
best
this
thing.
guy. He
The
can't
only
be
known
tormented
knowledge
right
is that
here.
Sagawa is missing, and that's something.
You should just have continued to hang out like completely naked.
A sense of dread, and with that feeling, it's time to move on to our next little segment. Now,
I
this is
think
by
this
far
guy
the
is
shortest of
perfectly
all
fine.
The segments, clocking in at just over 4 minutes. But there's something really off-putting about this section. It's a simple video, a parent recording a festival taking place at a local show.
Yeah,
That's all the information that we're
festival.
given. And most of the video is just that, someone recording the festivities, until this message appears on screen. It reads, at the back of the shrine, it was there. The next 3 minutes is just unedited footage of the camera person's two children catching flower petals falling from the sky. They're doing this in what looks to be a parking area for the
It's
festival, and those 2 lines of text, along with the title, immediately get my mind racing. What is going to happen? What am I going to see? What is it? And then this is what we see.
Kids.
For just a split second, in
A
the car behind us,
pervert.
a person with a face that looks like it was smashed in with a sledgehammer looks at the children from the window.
A
And the
pervert
next
with a
moment,
big,
it's
disgusting
gone. That's
face.
it. For some reason, this was a weirdly effective short for me. Something about the way it's presented, this raw.
Hey, it's the ghost of a
so
pedophile.
creepy to me.
trapped in the
Feels
car.
like they just threw the only clips from the camera
Forced to
into
stay in
a
the car
camera
where he
and just
was
played
killed
it
with
out.
the hammer
Then
to
the
the
parents
face.
or whoever sent in this tape wanted to remain anonymous, so they censored everyone out. And this gory, ghostly figure being presented in such an inconspicuous way is just the cherry on top.
The guy was like, oh, you know, we need to be anonymous, but this guy, he's already anonymous. I can just show him like
You're
this.
just left to sit and think about it. Maybe it was a person who died in a horrific car accident and their face was caved in. Or maybe this entity is somehow connected to the festival. We never get to know.
Maybe just someone that really like to suck his lip, and he sucked his lip too much, and then his face just went inside, like in a cartoonish way. Like,
introduction to this segment is relatively straightforward. It starts by explaining that there is a large amount of publications covering dark subject matters. Psychotic crimes, the occult, new religions. All
just
these
50
subjects
Shades
are
of
mostly
Grey.
covered by freelance writers who are reached out to anonymously and are published in various magazines. And what does our documentary crew have for us this time? A
like
DVD.
how to remake your fucking house all white and gray because
Two men,
your
one
parents
behind
love
the camera
that.
and one whose face is blurred, have hired an escort to help them film a little movie. A quick exchange of money occurs and they are ready to begin their night. Our man in front of the camera waits to receive his change, but before he can, he pulls out a black rope he had hidden underneath a pillow and starts to strangle the woman. After about a minute, she's lying dead on the floor. A simple enough story, but
Why
things
did
are
he
about
buy
to get
her
wild and
then?
Crazy. The men have taken this woman's body to some abandoned shed in the forest.
Why did he pay
There,
her? He was going to
strangled
kill her
and explains
anyway.
more about why he did it. According to him, he needed the quote, body of a sinful and filthy who was hanged. For what reason? It's unclear right now, but what he does make
Whoa. She's a worker. Let's work a very noble art. The oldest art of the world, you fat pig.
Adultery, violence, the hand. I definitely can't show this next part, but I'll tell you. He takes the woman's arm, places it on a wooden slab, and starts hacking away at her wrist with a cleaver until her hand is fully separated. Now is
Oh yeah, I
where
saw
things
that in
go off the
JoJo.
rails. We skip some time ahead and see that the men have drawn a large pentagram out in the middle of nowhere. The hand
I'm
has now
betting
been
my
drained
own
of
edge
blood,
right now, and
dried
it's
out,
so
and now
nice that
used
I'm going to
as a
fall
hand
asleep.
holder. And the purpose of all of this? Well, according to the man on camera, it's to reach Yahweh. But there's one final step in that process. He needs the blood of a sinful man. He charges the cameraman, kills him, and lays him in the center of the pentagram.
But why don't he use his own blood?
And as he does, a blinding light appears in the center of the spell circle, and it seems that the spell has worked. Just
In case you didn't know, Yahweh is the name
he
of
starts screaming, and as he
God
does,
in
the camera
Hebrew.
glitches, and the last few images reveal a demonic creature before the video.
Well, yeah, he did the pentacle and he kills sinful people, so of course he's not going to invoke a good entity, this
The
moron.
fact that I had no idea where I was going to end up watching this one.
What does the fucking pentacle and think, oh, I'm going to invoke God right here?
It's a very real thing.
It's like going to try to invoke a demon and you're like,
something called a hand of glory. And the process is
I'm going to draw like a cross
hanged at the gallows and remove
and
their left hand.
use some
the hand until there is no more blood, and then let it dry out in the sun.
oh, they
Then
want
finally,
the
you
Hanged
take a candle out
Man,
of the same
and then
person's
you put the candle in the end of the Hanged Man, and you can see the light, but nobody else can. It doesn't
The first
work.
purpose is that you would be able to enter any door, which is what these gentlemen seem to have been using it for, though in regard to a much more impossible to reach door, a metaphysical one. And the other purpose was to give a special ability to the holder. Quote, every place into which you go with this baneful instrument shall remain motionless. This was a fascinating subject to research, and very, very real. Not the magic part,
Yeah, it
but the
doesn't
fact that
work.
this was a
They
very real
tried.
practice. You can even see a real hand of glory in the Whitby Museum in North Yorkshire, England.
They
Overall,
tried and
this
they
is
got
very
arrested.
short, only made to be more unsettling by using real-world occult practices. And that leaves us with one final segment to go, and maybe the most terrifying. This segment starts off with a deceivingly simple premise. This woman, Kaori, and her younger sister,
Kaori.
Mariko, moved to Tokyo for work. The two of them lived separately, and almost immediately after moving, Mariko started writing letters to her sister.
What the fuck are you doing with this camera?
Haunted by a ghost. As time went on, it was the only thing she could talk
Better.
about. The only issue was that no one believed Mariko. No one saw or heard anything. She felt isolated and started spiraling. And this is when she met a mysterious young man on the internet, a psychic. The man moved in with her, and according to Kaori, things started going back to normal for Mariko. But here's the problem. Psychics have this frankly evil pattern of financially abusing vulnerable people. And when Kaori went to visit her
That's a
sister,
scammer, it's not a
they didn't even let her
psychic.
in the building. So we can put two and two together. This is extremely disturbing behavior for anyone to witness. But to make it worse, both of these girls' parents had passed away 4 years ago. In Kaori's own words, they have no relatives there, no one to depend on. So she needed to do something to save her sister. Her next step was hiring a detective agency to stake out her sister's apartment and try and get more information about this mysterious psychic. We watch footage from some of the agents as they sit outside the apartment, waiting for any sort of activity. After a few days had passed, Mariko and the psychic finally exit and make their way to a grocery store. Upon arriving back at the apartment, Mariko suddenly collapses onto the ground. Something is wrong with her. As the psychic consoles her, he looks up and notices that he's being filmed. We watch the two swiftly re-enter the apartment, and then we switch back to our interview. No one seems to know who this mysterious man is. Even the agency she hired, after all their research into psychics, has come up empty-handed, leaving only one option left in Kaori's head: direct confrontation. She equips herself with a hidden camera, recommended
I didn't
by the
follow the
detective
story.
agency, and knocks on Mariko's door. Mariko answers but refuses to open the door for her sister. But after some threats of disturbing the peace, Mariko folds and opens the door. As she does, she throws salt into her sister, an attempt to cleanse her for some unknown reason. Once she's finished, Mariko allows her sister to enter and continue their conversation. But there's one person missing from it. Kaori doesn't want to just talk to her sister. She wants this issue resolved, and she wants to speak to the psychic. And after some more what I'll call persuasion, Mariko and the psychic sit down with Kaori to negotiate. She tries to pry information out of the man, but he refuses to speak. Only after Kaori lays down money to pay him off does he say anything, and all he does say is that she is misunderstanding. Misunderstanding what? He tells her to wait a little while and see. This sets Kaori off, and she continues to antagonize the two until Mariko
throws
suddenly
salt at
kneels
him.
on her
At
knees,
him.
distraught. And the psychic tells her that a change could cause a bad influence, so please be calm. But that's not what's going to happen. She wants this man gone, so she raises her voice even more, and as she does, the lights in the room start to switch on and off. And just as we get to the climax of this interrogation, the room is now pitch black. The only light is coming from the door camera.
Going to
Kaori
punch them.
approaches, and outside Mariko's door, we see this faint, misty figure standing outside. It screeches, and the camera shuts off. Something is inside now, and this is when the psychic says that they can only take this for 10 more minutes before it gets dangerous. They all make their way to the bedroom where the psychic strikes a match and lights a candle. He tells the girls that they need to stay in this room until he gives a signal. He leaves, and we and the sisters wait in the darkness for whatever signal he's going to give. While they wait anxiously for the psychic to return, a light starts flashing from the other room. No noise, just quick flashes of light. A few moments goes by, and the voice of a man can be heard calling out to the girls to come out. It's calm, almost comforting. Then another voice joins in the beckoning, a woman. The light continues to flash, and as it does, this silhouette of two people appear and disappear. They continue to call out to the girls, and Mariko recognizes the voices. She whispers to them, "Dad, Mom." With the appearance of their long-gone family, Kaori falls unconscious for we don't even know how long. But when she regains consciousness, it seems that she is the last one left in the apartment. Neither Mariko nor the psychic are answering her, so her only option is to try and get out. She picks
But
up
who
the
is going to
candle and
pay
heads
the
towards
rent?
the door to the living room, but all she's met with is the void filling the room. The only thing we're able to discern is Kaori's arm holding the candle. The darkness feels like it extends infinitely. No matter which way she walks, it feels like this room is just endless. That is, until she finds this. Her candle goes out, the light turns on. Discovering both the psychic and Mariko's bodies, Kaori finds her phone and dials the police, but they're not going to be of any use. She turns around and finds that her sister's body has vanished. Not only hers though, the psychic's as well. And in his place is a paper cutout of a woman. Mariko, to this day, is missing, and you would assume that's the end of the story. But we have one final piece.
It's the little dolls that are used to take the curse instead of you.
Found in place of the psychic. The interviewer explains that dolls like this originate from cursed magic used in the Heian era. They're used as a scapegoat for evil spirits to attach themselves to.
I knew it.
How this doll is relevant to our story. Well, it's kind of tragic. The final interview with Kaori is over the phone. She went back to her sister's apartment after that event and found a photo book filled with pictures of Mariko, but not just with her. It wasn't the psychic trying to protect Mariko. It was the spirits of her mom and dad trying to save her from being taken by this man who has been watching her whole life. And it looks like they unfortunately failed in protecting their daughter. Mariko is gone. Her parents have supposedly latched onto the scapegoat, and that is Tokyo Videos of Horror.
Oh, that's such a good twist.
I said earlier that something I love about this channel is finding obscure horror films to talk to you all about. And that is exactly what this is. Tokyo Videos of Horror is the perfect
He got the sausage in his mouth.
Found footage, or analog horror, or Japanese
a big
horror,
juicy sausage.
Who loves the work of Koji Shiraishi. It's funny, I originally posted a challenge to my viewers to see if they could guess what this was from, and Koji's name was actually mentioned. I love this film's aesthetic and its commitment to it. From the goofy introduction to the censoring they have to do, this little film feels so authentic and grounded, with such a low budget. The stories are also simple but different enough from each other to be engaging, and that's part of what makes the horror so effective. Shooting on crappy phones from 2012 or hidden cameras.
I did he like usually the phone footage like this, but for this I like them because it's not cheap, famous, it's good stuff.
This is what I love in horror. I also love how it really goes there with the shocking visuals. In that very first short, I was genuinely shocked to see that woman lying in the bathtub. Same with the next short, seeing this ghost with a grotesque sunken face, or seeing that woman's hand being cut off. This movie doesn't hide its horror, it shoves it right in your face. But to be honest, that can sometimes not work out the best. I only have two real criticisms of this series. One is that some of the CG effects can come off a little cheesy, but I won't bash it too much considering it was 2012. And my second criticism, they often do replays of sections to really emphasize the horror and make sure you didn't miss it. In my mind, it's much more effective to just let the audience go back and find it themselves. These are all just minor criticisms that I have, but overall, I loved watching this film. If you love found footage, analog horror, and crazy Japanese films, I really want you to give this series a chance. I think it deserves just as much love as things like Fake Documentary Q and the bonkers found footage films of Koji Shiraishi. And with all that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm Nightmare Movies, and I'll see you all next time.
Bread.
저기요 그만 찍자고요. 그만 찍어. 그만 찍어. 야 씨발 새끼들.
I've always felt that found footage as a genre had the potential to be one of the most terrifying ways to tell a story. However, most American attempts feel, well, underwhelming. There's a number of reasons why found footage films are received so poorly, but I think the main reason is its low budget accessibility. Because these films are so cheap to produce, filmmakers use that as an excuse to be lazy. Anyone who unfortunately was alive during the 2000s found footage boom can probably agree with me. And over the years, I have gone through the trenches defending this genre, and it's difficult because I can't tell you how many times I've seen something exactly like this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unsatisfying and unoriginal, and it plagues the genre. But even with found footage being overshadowed by terrible movies, I also can't think of any other genre that has more effectively terrified me when it works. I will never forget my first time watching movies like Gunjiam Haunted Asylum or Lake Mungo or Noroi the Curse. The atmosphere that these films craft are a testament to how difficult and effective found footage can be. And while I absolutely love all of those films, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I want to talk about a film that you've probably never heard of and definitely never seen. Nightmare movies. And today, I want to talk about the terrifying film Invisible 2, Chasing the Ghost Sound. Before we dive into this one, I want to give a few notes so nothing is confusing. Someone, luckily, uploaded the whole film with English subtitles on YouTube, but the translation is definitely off at points. It didn't distract me personally, but it's something to keep in mind if that might bother you. It is also only available at 360p, which I personally think only adds to the atmosphere, but again, personal choice. With all that out of the way, let me give you a breakdown. The film starts with an interview with a woman named Mrs. Lee and an unseen person who I'll refer to as the director. Mrs. Lee is seeking the help of a man named Mr. Jung. Apologies in advance for my Korean pronunciation. Mrs. Lee is looking for help from Mr. Jung since he apparently professionally records the sounds of ghosts, and she wants his help identifying and expelling this terrifying presence in her home. Unfortunately, he is under contract with the director, so if Mrs. Lee wants his help, it's going to have to be filmed. Conflicted, Mrs. Lee doesn't know what to do, and as the director is about to leave, fast forward to January 25th, and we are introduced to the whole crew, and most importantly, Mr. Jung. Together they make a long trek over a frozen lake, deep into the woods, and eventually arrive at Mrs. Lee's secluded guest house. Now, even though there's no inherent threat, this entire atmosphere is eerie, and that's something I think Invisible 2 does exceptionally well that most found footage films get wrong. In typical found footage slop, most of the time is wasted on characters that nobody cares about, setting up nothing of interest.
Yeah,
from the start, we know something is wrong, and Mr. Jung can sense it too. Mrs. Lee gives the crew a tour of the house and gives us some more context about the sound that she's been hearing. The director asks if the main room is where she's hearing the noises, but she corrects him, saying that she hears them all over the house. As the crew investigates, you'll notice that Mrs. Lee keeps looking at the cameras, acting uncomfortable in their presence. They continue the tour until they enter the main room of the house, and Mr. Jung is already inside. As soon as they enter, he leaves to the confusion of Mrs. Lee, but the director brushes it off as nothing more than him acting abnormally, like he always does. One of the last rooms that they investigate is what the director refers to as the honeymoon suite. As they enter, Mrs. Lee closes a magazine lying on top of a pile of other magazines. Throughout the tour of the house, it seems like it was mostly well kept and clean, but as soon as they enter this room, it feels like it was just abandoned. The room is this bright pink color, contrasting the rest of the house. It was also the room that Mr. Jung was entranced by when they first entered the property. After a quick walkthrough, the crew shuffles out and Mrs. Lee adjusts the magazines one more time before locking up. And with that,
they all die.
The crew gathers in the dining room to prep for the night. The director hooks up a lav mic to Mrs. Lee and shows her their helmet camera, a staple of their show apparently, and has supposedly captured pictures of ghosts for them many, many times. Though the director explains how it might not be useful since she hasn't seen any ghosts, only heard them. Right then, Mr. Jung speaks to her for the first time. He asks whose voice she's been hearing. After prying for an answer, she reveals something interesting. She believes it's the voice of her dead sister. Immediately, Mr. Jung senses something's off. He tells her that they need to talk in private, but the director interjects. The director has a better idea. The two are sat down for an interview for the show. Mr. Jung asks Mrs. Lee how her sister passed away. She explains that it was a hit-and-run accident. But not only did her sister pass away, unfortunately, her husband
with
did
a
as
food
well, since he was in
salad
the
at
passenger
Subway.
seat. Mr. Jung asks if she ever hears the sound of her husband in the house as well. She says that she doesn't, so Mr. Jung shifts his questioning to what exactly Mrs. Lee has been hearing. She says that she doesn't quite understand what it's saying.
Very terrible jokes, like knock knock,
So
with
Mr.
there's
Jung
a ghost.
obliges and has Mrs. Lee write down a few questions to ask her dead sister. And so it begins.
It's messed up.
Yeah, because there is
Mr.
no
Jung
no
and the crew
falling.
continue their investigation throughout the house, listening for any signs of a ghost. The last room that they end up in is the honeymoon suite, and after finding nothing, they decide to take a break. But as they're leaving, Mr. Jung looks in the magazines that Mrs. Lee was organizing earlier and finds something that changes everything. Mr. Jung confronts Mrs. Lee with a photograph and asks her once again to speak in private. The director once again intervenes, saying that they should have a cameraman on them at all times, promising
On
to
them,
edit
the
out anything
cameraman.
that they don't want
On
shown.
them.
So with no other choice, Mr.
That's
Jung
kinda
asks about the
heavy.
photograph once
The
again.
whole
Mrs. Lee
cameraman
explains that it's
on
a
them
picture
at
of
every
her
time.
and her husband, nothing more. But he doesn't buy it. He claims that the woman in the picture is not Mrs. Lee, and she finally confesses. Mrs. Lee had a twin sister, and as Mr. Jung explains in the photograph, she can be seen leaving a hotel with Mrs. Lee's husband. Finally, Mr. Jung confronts her about it, accusing her of being the one who committed the hit-and-run accident, and that the quote-unquote ghost she's
Whoa. He's jumping a bit to the conclusion here.
Screaming at the whole team, telling them they have to leave, and she is furious, telling
Well,
them
yeah, they just accused her of murdering her twin sister. Whoa.
Suddenly, we're
Based
back
on
in the
nothing.
honeymoon suite with Mrs. Lee. The director comes in and sits next to her, assuring her that the camera isn't on. He pries at her, trying to get more information from her. She feels like Mr. Jung is investigating her, and so to keep the episode going, the director promises to kick Mr. Jung off his team. But just as they're finishing their conversation, a crew member
just throw it his junk.
The crew listens, and we hear this strange creaking noise coming from
Give
the
it a
roof.
spin.
Mr. Jung takes a listen and laughs to himself before leaving. So up until this point, nothing paranormal has actually taken place. We assume that the house is haunted because, well, it's a horror movie.
It's
but
pretty.
All of that build-up leading
It's so
to what is
pretty.
essentially a creaking floorboard is disappointing.
It's so
And Mr.
pretty.
Jung shares that
Japanese
sentiment with us. The crew is
houses
packing
are so
up to leave for the
pretty.
night, and something doesn't feel right to Mrs. Lee. She says that it doesn't sound like her sister. This isn't what she's been hearing, but the director assures her that they will analyze the sound and get back to her. As they're
Want to come
leaving,
kill
setting up
Button
their next
Sebastian?
destination, Mr. Jung finally confronts
Yeah,
the director.
kinda
He tells
want
the director
to,
he
but
knows that the
we're
sound
watching
was faked,
stuff.
and that this wasn't the first
Do I
he's
still
done
have it
something
though?
like this for his quote-unquote reality television show. But before
It's
the
called-
director can rebuttal, the crew rushes back into the house to find Mrs. Lee, and eventually, they do. She's curled up in a corner, panicking. She says she's hearing the sound and that they need to turn on their stupid helmet camera so she can prove that it's real. She wants to capture this ghost, and Mr. Jung immediately turns on his sound equipment to locate
It's
the
called-
ghost, but he needs her help. Mr. Jung tells
Eldivers
Mrs.
too.
Lee to start asking her sister those questions, and she does.
Yeah,
The
I
crew
have it.
follows Mr. Jung around the entire house,
But I
recording a
want to
total of
finish
5
watching
sounds.
that
They all
and
gather
my
together
career.
in the main room to analyze their findings. They listen and listen, trying to make out what Mrs. Lee's dead sister is trying to communicate to them.
I
It's not
keep telling
working.
you she's
This is
making
when
bad
the
jokes like
director
knock knock,
asks to
who's
speak to
there?
Mr. Jung. He takes Mr. Jung into a room and confronts him, claiming that he's faking the sounds as well to trick Mrs. Lee. Mr. Jung denies it and rebuttals that he heard the tape playing that his crew planted to fake the sounds. The two go back and forth until it's apparent that there is no way they can continue working together. Mr. Jung looking for the truth, and the director just trying to make entertaining television. The director and Mr. Jung leave Mrs. Lee's home. The director telling her that he'll be back, and Mr. Jung explains how to listen back to the recordings on the laptop. As the crew is about to leave, Mrs. Lee asks them for one last thing. Now, I want to warn you, we've talked about the entire plot, but I would recommend, if you are at all interested, go watch this film right now before I spoil
I
the last
won't.
10 minutes of it. It is one of the best crafted horror
I
sequences
won't.
that
I
I have
won't.
personally seen in a long time.
I
and I
won't.
want you to be able to experience it. That's your spoiler warning.
I don't need. I
Mrs.
want to be
Lee,
spoiled.
alone in her house, turns on the helmet cam and starts going off the rails. She's walking all around the house, telling her sister things like, "You came back for forgiveness, didn't you?" and hounding her about the affair she had with her husband. She eventually finds a mirror at the end of this hallway, and Mrs. Lee confesses what we already guessed. She was responsible for the hit and run, and now she believes her sister's ghost is haunting her. Alone in the dark now, Mrs. Lee is desperate to capture her dead sister on camera. She finds herself back in the honeymoon suite and
It's
finds
bad to confess on a camera.
one titled Puzzle. Mrs. Lee puts it all together and runs back to the laptop. Slowly, Mrs. Lee starts reorganizing all the sound clips. All of it is incoherent until she finds the right order.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's so funny that she took like all those she basically made a little game for her sister to be murdered. That's just so funny. What if she never managed to like solve it? She would have never killed her.
This little short horror film to be so effective. And a lot of it comes
I
from
love
the
it.
information you learn on replay. The characterization of everyone at the beginning of the investigation is brilliant. If you remember, Mrs. Lee first explains how this is a guest house. Now, there's two possible theories that have interesting implications for her character. The first is that she's lying, which is setting up how she's constantly telling half-truths throughout the movie. It's the same reason why she keeps looking back at the cameras and why she didn't want them there to begin with. Another theory that I had was that if this was the guest house, then her plan to murder her husband may have been much more methodical than it first seems. Maybe killing him and receiving insurance money after the fact. However, I think she's simply lying considering the honeymoon suite. It's the first thing that Mr. Jung notices upon entering the property, and it helps characterize him as different from the rest of the crew, and that he also seemingly has some sort of insight that they don't. The honeymoon suite is also an interesting name for it, even if it might be a mistranslation. I'm certain that Mrs. Lee's sister was staying with her at this house, at least for some amount of time, and that was her room. It explains why it's so different from the rest of the house, and why she's so cautious upon entering it. And calling it the honeymoon suite helps form more of an idea of what Mrs. Lee's husband and her sister were really doing, and how often they might have been doing it. The idea that their affair could have even taken place in Mrs. Lee's own home is horrifying and tragic. Other than the subtle storytelling and characterization, the thing that I love about this film is how it doesn't waste time. If it's not setting up characters in interesting ways, it's building an atmosphere or unraveling the story. Now, by no means is this a complex story that we're unraveling here, but it's a good story told well, and that is always better than a great story told poorly. It doesn't matter if your story is simple. If you can tell it in an engaging way, it will still be terrifying. And with that rant out of the way, I think I can end it here. I hope I introduced you guys to a new film that you can enjoy just as much as I did on Nightmare Movies. And I'll see you guys next time.
I liked it. What else? What else does this guy have?
I love found footage, but good found footage films are so hard to come by, and that seems to be because they're always fighting an uphill battle. On top of making a normal movie where your audience this day and age is always checking for plot holes and inconsistencies, found footage films have the additional problem of the audience constantly asking the question, why? Why are they filming this? Why do these characters act this way? All valid questions to be asking. Found footage films are constantly trying to justify their own existence to the audience, and that leads to people's immersion being broken very, very easily. But I believe that when a found footage film works, it can be one of the most terrifying horror experiences.
When it works, it works.
Very far for examples of this. Oftentimes, the most disturbing parts of non-found footage films are when we switch from a normal perspective to a found footage one. Think the 8mm sections from Sinister, or even a non-horror example like the Joker's torture scene from The Dark Knight. Both are incredibly effective at disturbing the audience, so naturally, expanding that experience into a feature should create one of the scariest movies ever. Well, history has shown that that's not necessarily true. Found footage is often considered the lowest form in horror, yet at the same time has spawned some of the most profitable and iconic films, so how does that work? The most successful found footage horror films in my mind work by shutting down the questions running through the audience's mind as much as possible. Wreck, for example, justifies its characters filming their horrific scenario to expose what's really going on in the apartment complex once they're locked inside. And as stated before, the reason they don't just leave is because they're locked inside. And as for why after a certain point they don't just put down the camera actually has a good amount of utility. It has a light and night vision, so they really wouldn't want to drop it or put it down. With that and a well-written plot and good acting, Wreck elevates itself above your typical found footage film.
Nah, I don't like Wreck.
For another time. And in the found footage world, there is one specific film that I think has almost perfected this type of horror. And I want to take a look at what makes it such an effective found footage horror by looking at one specific scene and the build up to it. I'm Nightmare Movies, and today I want to talk about South Korea's 2018 masterpiece, Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. Gonjiam is a film that was which is already refreshing for this genre. It establishes the main antagonist of this film in a quick sequence following two boys investigating the asylum, and more specifically, the infamous Room 402, a room that cannot be opened, the source for all the paranormal activity. The video apparently shows the last known footage of the two boys before they went missing, and the person relaying this information is the host of the Horror Times Terror Squad, a group of paranormal investigator YouTubers that are trying to make their way down the list of the 7 most haunted places in the world. And you can guess where their next stop is. But before we can travel there, we're going to be introduced to the rest of the cast. In total, the crew of Horror Times is 3 men, 3 women, and our host, Ha-jun. Introduced quickly, effectively, and never feeling like we're just watching unnecessary scenes to pad the runtime. Like I said, Gonjiam is an efficient movie. By the time we hit the 14-minute mark, the group has already been introduced and have set up base camp outside of the asylum. The plan is that Ha-jun is going to stay in the tent and live stream the investigation of the asylum. This is also where we get an extremely creative and important choice for this film. Instead of the usual single camcorder perspective, each of the characters has 2 GoPros attached to them, one facing their face and one facing the direction they're looking at. And these cameras simply aren't strapped onto the characters with Velcro. They're screwed on tight with wrenches to ensure that they don't fall off or get taken off when they get scared. Some of the group do carry camcorders, and they've also set up cameras in different rooms of the asylum, giving us a ton of different perspectives on the situation. With this elaborate setup, the group makes their way into the asylum, and this is where the tension starts to build. Quentin Tarantino describes suspense as a rubber band, something you want to stretch as far as possible.
But without making it
the group enters the asylum and
in your
begins their
end.
investigation. But the scene I want to discuss with all of you doesn't truly start until over an hour into the film. And part of what makes it so effective is these 35 minutes in between. You see, for those 35 minutes, we aren't just meandering around the asylum with nothing going on. And if you've watched any other found footage film, you know exactly what I mean. The film bombards us with information about the asylum, and it also gives us a number of different paranormal experiences and setups that are going to be paid off later. For example, doors close on their own. The group finds different objects that are related to inmates of the asylum, specifically this doll that's going to come into play later, and this all culminates in a psychic ritual that the group performs. Across the ceiling, almost like a web, these long red strings with bells attached to them are hung up. And this is where we get the most overt paranormal activity up until this point. After performing the ritual and calling out to the ghosts that inhabit the asylum, the strings begin to violently shake. The bells fall off and the whole group runs out of the room screaming. As I said, up until this point, other than a door slamming shut, there hasn't been anything to this degree of paranormal activity. And at almost exactly the halfway point, we get a twist in the story. It turns out that Ha-jun and 2 other members of the crew have set up things like this ritual as hoaxes to bait viewers and the reactions of their co-stars. They supposedly supposedly have more set up to scare particularly their female co-stars, and this is where, as a viewer, you're probably thinking that the last little while has been redundant and a waste of time. But that's not entirely true, because after this reveal, something genuinely unexplainable happens. Inside the base camp, the propane stove randomly ignites on its own, and once Ha-Jun puts it out, the power gets shut off in the tent. And that's all that's needed to lay a seed of doubt in our minds. With that seed planted, and for the next little while, all the audience is waiting for is the inevitable to happen. Something truly paranormal. And this is what happens. The group, who for the most part are already on edge, get led into a room where some patients were detained in these large wooden boxes with square holes cut out of them. In this room, one of the men plans to stick his arm in the hole and pretend like he's being grabbed by something. And when he does just that, it goes just as planned. The rest of the group is terrified, so to bait in more viewers and reactions, he goes to stick his hand back inside. But with only half of the group in on the hoax, the uninformed members beg for him not to put it back in. This is when a fight breaks out about who should put their arm in, and eventually one of the girls, Ji-Hyun, decides to do it instead. The men who are in on it both try and stop her, knowing that it might blow the whole show for everyone, but it's too late. She sticks her arm inside, and everyone, including us, waits with bated breath. Now here's where this movie's brilliance really lies.
Oh, that's spooky! That's spooky!
Key factor
I like
in
that.
found footage horror working, and part of that
That's very
immersion in my
spooky.
mind is buying what the
Also, her face is so fun right here. Doesn't she look like the cat that is making the fun face, like the... She look like the cat that is making the...
Bobcat.
Yeah.
do. Now, if you
It's
or I
bobcatting.
were in this situation that Ji-Hyun is in, what would be your first instinct? I'm guessing that it would be something along the lines of leaving right now. And that's exactly what she does. Ji-Hyun and Charlotte both leave the asylum in a panic, and this is the point in the story where nothing is held back. At this point, everyone has undeniable proof that something paranormal is happening, but what the spirits are capable of, we don't know yet. The scene starts like this. Ji-Hyun and Charlotte are now both outside of the asylum, making their way back to base camp. After walking through the woods, the two discover, through a mark that they left earlier, that they've been walking in circles this whole time. Almost immediately after, Charlotte discovers that the ground is littered with equipment from the asylum's lab room. Confused and concerned, she tries to talk to Ji-Hyun, but something's wrong. Ji-Hyun faces the opposite direction, unmoving and unresponsive. As Charlotte approaches her to see what's wrong, Ji-Hyun is possessed by something, and Charlotte makes a run for it. The entire
I
time
can't
she's
understand
running,
it, she's
you hear
talking too
Ji-Hyun
fast.
right behind her, chanting in that same incoherent way. Charlotte finally finds her way to the safety of the tent, and hopefully of her host. But just as she opens it, she's teleported into the empty interior of room 402. Well, at least what she thinks is empty. Charlotte shines her flashlight into one of the corners, and Ji-Hyun stands there, silent once again. She looks down and finds the same doll from earlier right next to her feet. And suddenly, this pale, lanky man now stands in front of her, unmoving. Charlotte nervously scans the room and finds that a door is just on the other side of it. She slowly makes her way towards it, but as she does,
I don't want to say. It's going to be spooky.
she tries to twist the doorknob, but it's not opening. Everything kicks back into overdrive, ending with Charlotte getting dragged into the darkness. On its own, it's an effective scene. But the question to answer is why. And to do that, I want to go back to my original points. The problem I originally stated with found footage horror was that the audience is questioning the reality of the film way more than usual. But what makes Gonjiam such an effective horror is how it quells any doubts the audience might have in such an effective manner. And it is all encapsulated in this one scene. The first thing everyone asks is, why are they filming this? The answer has two parts. Firstly, we
What did
establish
you
in the very
watch
first minutes
those?
that this is a
Why do
crew
you
simply
find
looking
them?
to
That's
live stream
crazy.
their encounters in this building. So that is the literal reason why they're filming. But the second and more important answer is because they have no other choice. Early on, I mentioned
You
how these
understand
cameras are
Japanese?
essentially bolted to each person, and they're extremely difficult to get off. Unlike a lot of other found footage films, the characters can't just drop their cameras and run away when things go south. It's something they're stuck with, and if I was in a situation like this, I don't think I'd take the time to get all of that off me. Now, the other question I find myself asking is, why are you doing that? I think, again, other found footage movies struggle to have their characters make rational decisions, especially when things start to go wrong. I wonder, why don't they just leave? Let alone, why do they keep filming? I already gave a reason for why they keep filming, but as for why they don't just leave, well, they do. In that 35-minute section I'll call Act 2 for simplicity, our characters never really encounter
It was
anything
Subhole.
overtly hostile towards them. The most paranormal experience that the group knowingly has is a door slamming on its own. And when we get to the point where the group performs a ritual and bells begin to fall on them, it's revealed that some of the group is faking the activity. Even then, this isn't something dangerous. I can suspend my disbelief that the characters not in the know were convinced to stay. But when something violent and completely unexplainable happens, when Ji-yoon gets attacked, they do what everyone would do and leave. I also want to go back to Tarantino's point of tension. If we put this scene in the world of any other horror movie, the scene goes something like this. Once Charlotte and Ji-hoon leave the asylum, everything would play out in the exact same way, up until... As soon as this reveal happens, Charlotte would have been killed off and we'd move on to the rest of the group. Feel familiar? But Gonjiam does exactly what you should do. It stretches the moment. And with this tight claustrophobic perspective, and the scene being stretched as long as it possibly can, we're locked into the horror. And after this point, the hostility from the spirits never stops. And that's the last thing I want to mention. Gonjiam isn't just great in how it perfects found footage tropes, but also tropes of paranormal movies. Another why that isn't just applicable to found footage is, why does the demon or bad guy just stop? I know we've all seen this happen in a movie. 20 minutes in, a ghost or spirit possesses someone or does something that actually physically hurts the characters, and most of the time, it's used as the inciting incident for the rest of the movie. And all I wonder is why the demons suddenly stop trying to hurt the characters. What Gonjiam does so well is that once the actual threat is introduced, it does not stop being a threat until the end of the film. I mentioned this same idea in my 28 Weeks Later video. I equate horror with danger, and Gonjiam is another example of this idea. Now, I absolutely love this film, and I highly recommend that you watch it. This is one of my favorite scenes in horror, and it's so well done. Even if you don't like found footage, I still say give this one a shot. And with all of that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm Nightmare Movies, and I'll see you all next time.
Was nice. What is this one?
This is acclaimed horror director Koji Shiraishi. If you're into Asian horror at all, you probably know him, or at the very least know his most famous film.
Noroi the Curse.
Noroi the Curse.
Oh, it's the one.
Noroi the Curse has become a cornerstone for found footage horror, and there's a good reason for that. It's one of the best films the genre has to offer. Its dedication to portraying itself as a 90s Japanese documentary helps it to be one of the most immersive films I've ever watched. Its realism and unflinching commitment to this style is what makes it so unnerving to me, and I feel to most people who watch it. It's one of the best found footage horror films and has some truly unforgettable moments. But I'm not here to talk about Noroi. Koji Shiraishi has skyrocketed in popularity in recent years. Most recently, his long-running Monster of the Week series, Senritsu Kaiki Kawasugi, has been brought up in the horror sphere for its bizarre and campy tone. I mean, watching a group of paranormal investigators quite literally fight their way through Japan's rogue gallery of urban legends is incredibly entertaining. And part of its charm is its low-budget, over-the-top aesthetic. I've watched just about every episode and had a blast doing so. But with every episode, I couldn't help but miss the feeling Noroi gave me. That feeling of watching something so real, so terrifying, and so foreign to me that I had to dive into his filmography. And I found something that brought me back to a haunting memory. So with that being said, I want to tell you a little story. It's midnight on a Friday night, and me and my roommate are sitting on our living room couch, searching through YouTube. Our weekend routine at this point is scrolling through top 5 horror YouTubers, trying to find the scariest video that we possibly can. We'd been watching videos since it got dark, and we're immersed in the horror atmosphere that we've created for ourselves. Suddenly, we stumble across a video that catches both of our eyes, and we click it. This is what was on that video. A young man named Goto sits on the curb explaining that he was part of some sort of club. One night, he and his friends were partying and happened to be recording the night. Immediately, the interview cuts to the man and his friends cheering around a table. The video seems to be just as he described, a few college friends partying. They scream, they laugh, they seem happy. However, we cut back to the interview where Goto explains that one of their friends in that video had killed themselves. And the whole reason he is sharing this video is because he believes there is some sort of connection. Immediately, this video's strange realism has captured me and my roommate's attention. The 4:3 aspect ratio, the censoring of Goto's friend, the camcorder aesthetic, it all feels so real but so unnerving. Like those late 90s, early 2000s documentaries that you would just watch on TV. With this new information that Goto shared, the tone shifts. The question doing laps in my head is, how was this connected? We watch these college kids banter, but nothing hints at what might have caused this. That is, until one of Goto's friends points something out. Across the building, a hauntingly pale woman sits sequestered at her own table, talking to someone, or maybe just to herself. The entire group's attention is now locked on this strange woman, and so is me and my roommates. There's something off about her. Her distinct side profile, her almost paper white skin. Physically, she stands out so much. But other than that, there's nothing threatening about her. And Goto says exactly what I just did.
Very white
something
skin.
feels strange about her. She's sitting alone at a table, but looks to be actively talking to someone. Then we cut back to the camcorder footage. And it seems that the group has finally caught her attention.
She's watching them now. Eee.
The night has come to an end, and more than half of the group splits off and heads home, leaving Goto and his two friends to figure out where they're going to continue the party next. They decide to head to the train station and return home for some drinks, and just as they are about to, this warning flashes on screen. It reads, "Warning, further viewing may cause serious harm to your physical and mental health." And now, I start to get concerned. We learned earlier that Goto's friend had passed away, so with that knowledge, you can assume what's most likely going to happen. The three of them stand waiting for their train to arrive when they notice something across the rails. The pale woman stands near the edge, waving at them. That's when she takes a few steps forward and hops onto the rails. And as she does, the train comes at her full speed. All Goto and his friends can do is stare in shock at what they just witnessed. They fade the footage and we assume that's where it ends. But then we get a closer look. No camera audio, just this haunting droning noise plays as we go frame by frame through this incident. It's hard to make out because of the low quality camera, but we see the woman's body lying on the rails underneath the train. It's a haunting image for sure, but that's not the reason this video has stuck with me for so many years. The video plays the last 10 seconds of footage repeatedly until we can all spot something unnatural. As Goto's friend collapses on the ground, the camera shakes for just a moment, and we catch a glimpse of this.
That's creepy.
Are shocked. Something about this short video unnerved us in a way I can't really describe. I know it's fake, this can't possibly be real, but the camera footage and acting all feels so natural. It really does seem like we're watching a video of a bunch of college kids just hanging out one night. And even when it comes to the pale woman, her look and feel is unsettling, but not in a horror movie villain kind of way. When we first see her, she stands out in a number of different ways. Firstly, and most obviously, is her complexion. Compared to the other patrons of the club, her skin more closely resembles the white shirt of the girls in the booth than their skin color, which is already fairly light. It's a huge contrast between everyone else that surrounds her and is already making her feel other or inhuman. The lighting and the color in the club also emphasizes her paleness. Everywhere else we see is bathed in warm colors or soft tungsten lighting, but for some reason the part of the club that she sits in is much more desaturated and lit with a harsh, clinical white light. She looks almost lifeless. If it weren't for her talking to herself, you wouldn't even assume she was alive. The low
I'm sorry everyone, I need to pee. Oh, In 5 minutes there
camera
is
quality
publicity. I
helps to
can
scare her
pee
as
during
well. All we get
publicity.
in the beginning is
We
her
ads.
side profile. And when I was originally watching this video, I assumed that her eyes were completely black because of the low resolution of the camera. Even when the footage is zoomed in, it doesn't help us understand how she looks at all. It's not till later where we get a full frontal view of her. And the terrifying part is that when we finally do see her, she still doesn't look quite right. She looks like a wax figure or a mannequin. And it's not just her look that is unnatural. The way she operates is just strange. She freaks me out in the same way the ghost woman from Pulse does. She has these stiff, lifeless movements to her. Everything feels robotic and intentional at the same time. She never blinks, she stands straight, and never once does her facial expression change. And all of this happens at a distance. The woman never gets too close to our characters. She doesn't charge them screaming, or honestly do anything malicious at all. She just watches them. Another interesting detail that helps build the uneasy atmosphere is how every person who isn't a part of the main group has their face censored. It helps us both focus on this strange woman and adds the idea that this could just be a clip from some random documentary. All of these small details and pieces come together to form a video that has never fully left my mind. Maybe it's because we hadn't watched enough horror at the time. Maybe it's because it was late, or maybe we had just never seen anything like this before. But almost a decade later, me and my old roommates still discuss this video. It was so effectively scary in such a unique way that we both couldn't stop thinking about it, and both of us had no idea where it had come from. Now, fast forwarding to a couple weeks ago, and I'm researching for my new video. I had gotten a lot of suggestions to cover Noroi, which I still might, but at this point, I'm on a roll of finding strange films, so I go diving into Koji Shiraishi's filmography. That's when I discover a little anthology film by the name of Ura Horror. It's an anthology film from 2008 that is a collection of strange paranormal short films, all shot in this low-fidelity style. I get about halfway through the film, and I'm thinking that this might be an interesting one to break down. But that's when I'm faced with a very familiar video at about the 40-minute mark. It was a mind-blowing discovery for me. I had spent years thinking about this video and come to learn that Japan's found footage horror master was the one behind it. And now, suddenly, everything makes a lot more sense. Koji Shiraishi is a fascinating director, and in a time that predates the popular analog horror movement, he seemed to have already mastered this style of storytelling. With Ura Horror, Occult, Noroi, and many other films, he really did create some of the most memorable found footage horrors of all time. And I do recommend his work if you like that aesthetic. But I can't help but warn you all that if you haven't seen any of his movies, he's a director that is completely committed to his vision, and that is admirable. The unfortunate part, though, is that sometimes Koji doesn't have the budget to fully realize his visions in an effective way. This leads to some very silly CGI sequences that might take you out of the experience. However, I think he's fully aware of this at this point and has definitely shifted some of his films into a more comedic tone. All that is to say that Ura Horror is an interesting anthology series that does have some effective scares if you like this aesthetic. Not every short is a hit for me personally, but there are at least a couple worth your time, and the runtime is just over 70 minutes, so it's not going to take up your whole day. If you like creepy Japanese analog horror style movies and haven't checked out this film or Noroi or any of his other films, it's a fun rabbit hole to go down. So give this film a shot if any of this sounds interesting to you. And with all that being said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more videos like this and on
was
Nightmare
good.
Movies, and I'll see you all next time.
Bye, bye,
Go frame by
bye,
frame.
bye, bye. It was cool. It's a spooky one. I like it. All right. I think it's a bit late. I'm starting to feel angry. I think that I might end stream for today because, like, I don't have a ton of energy. So thank you for coming. I hope you had fun. I will see you soon, I hope. Tomorrow would be nice. And take care, everyone, okay? And we see each other very soon. If I can sleep correctly, that will be amazing. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye. See you soon. Bye.